You can see we're everywhere. And of course, in due course, we will open the phone lines for you, our distinguished listeners, to contribute to the topic and any of the discussions, major headlines for the day. Once again, you are welcome.
All right, you are welcome once again to a NewsBit this morning. Well, straight to business. I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune, and Dayo has
Of course, I have the Punch newspaper. But before I go into, what the major headlines? So today, the 6th of April, Monday, 6th of April, is International Day of Sport for Development and Peace. Today is International Day of Sport for Development and Peace. You know, some people have been accusing me. Yes, there's a day for almost every day. You know, of course, the COVID-19 pandemic is spreading to more countries, territories, and regions of the world at an alarming rate, and physical and social distancing practices are becoming commonplace. You know, to stop the spread of the disease. The closure of gyms, sport facilities, and stadiums, public schools, dance studios, etc., mean that many of us are not able to actively participate in individual or group sporting events. Okay, so today gives us an opportunity. Sport and physical activity. Don't just sit down at home and become a cush potato. Okay, go out there, exercise yourself, even in your compound. Jump up and down, walk around, sweat.
A big opportunity to keep fit.
I'm tempted to ask that question. When last did you sweat? Sweat is good though, Yes, it's good. Walk around and don't just. I know some people between last week and this week, and I've told them to check their weight. Some people have added like 10 kg.
Well, now you mentioned sweating. Well, I don't know if sweating can be categorized. Well, in this line of work, there are some stories that will make you sweat.
Yes. So when you see like this, is it for real? And you'll be sweating even inside the AC. We're talking about exercise here anyway. Sporting, and exercise. So that's today is a day when, of course, it gives you an opportunity, International Day for Sports, Development and Peace. Sport development and peace, the two go hand in hand. So it's an International United Nations Day, April 6th, 2020, International Day.
The ability of sports to actually unite people, even where there is rank, or even look at Nigeria, for instance. Anytime we are engaged in an international football match, we forget our differences and we think together as one.
That's it.
We come together as one. So
that's it.
We always some of us always wish that spirit could continue even after that crucial.
There's almost nothing as uniting as a football match. Nobody really cares whether Ahmed Musa scores or Ajibadi Babalade. Nobody really cares, where he comes from. He's scoring for Nigeria. For that 90 minutes, we're all united. Can we have more of that? Sportsmanship, camaraderie. It will really, really help.
And perhaps the last time I saw that kind of thing, well, aside football, I saw that kind of thing happening in politics was perhaps during the 1993 presidential elections, where we put aside all our differences.
People really didn't care whether it was Muslim ticket, Christian ticket that we now pride ourselves in. Nobody really cared then, So I wish we can get back those old days. All right, straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
And I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, so let's go to the headlines straight up.
But maybe we should start with this what I would call a piece of good news.
It is good news, I can guess.
The Oyo State Governor, His Excellency Seyi Makinde, has tested negative
for the second time
to COVID-19. And quoting straight from him now, he says, "I'm deeply moved by your prayers and support throughout this period. I'm so thankful this evening." Well, I think he posted that yesterday.
Yeah, on his Twitter and Facebook too.
Yes, sir. I received my second negative test result for COVID-19. I especially thank Professor Temitope Adonge, who acted in my stead as head of the Oyo State COVID-19 Task Force. I'm also grateful to all members of the task force for their cooperation during this time. I will be resuming my responsibility as head of the task force from tomorrow, that is today. That's quoting straight from the governor himself. He has tested negative for the second time.
That's it. So congratulations to Mr. Governor. He has spent approximately 6 days in isolation, after he tested positive. And I think that's some good news. The CMD spent like 3 days before he quickly tested himself and became negative again. This is one time when being negative is positive. Mind my words. And so congratulations, Mr. Governor. He already said in his second tweet that he will be resuming work. Yes.
That's good news, and
it's very, very good news. Very, very good news. And of course, he didn't go to Lagos to get cured. He was right here in Ibadan. So that's some good news. I think that's -2 on the total 9. Somebody had been discharged. Now Mr. Governor, I think the first somebody was the CMD, and now Mr. Governor. So that's -2 of the 9 list. So we just have 7 in your states waiting to be released. And thus far, they've been taking good care of them. We've not had any complaints from anybody in the isolation center claiming that they're not well taken care of. So,
in addition to that, Dayo, there's this piece of news that emerged yesterday. It says necessary facilities that could compete with international standards have been put in place for the smooth takeoff of the State Infectious Diseases Center, Oluyole, Ibadan. Now, the acting chairman, State COVID-19 Task Force, Professor Temitope Adonge, stated this while addressing the press in Ibadan. He says the center has been equipped with world-class medical facilities that can be used for the treatment of any kind of virus or infection. Now, some of the equipment shown to Oluyole FM News include pressure regulator, anesthetic machine with double vaporizers, intensive care bed unit, both manual and electric, among others. The center is currently being equipped with solar power supply, independent electric power generator, and independent power transformer. Professor Temitope Adonge said about 6 ventilators are on the way. He said about 150 health volunteers have registered for the war against COVID-19, while 60 have been trained. And rest 90 will also be trained this week.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And of course, we can only say kudos to the task force team.
The task force team.
Yeah, of course. But we are people who live at risk. We only ask for more. We will continue to ask for more. They can do better. I mean, somebody said, so Magide has been in isolation. That's why Lagos has been taking the shine. Now that he's back, we start hearing of him again. I say, we are just grateful to God that he's back.
But I also think the professor didn't do too badly.
I mean, that's fine.
He was on top of the sea.
For God's sake, he's a medical doctor. He should know better, okay? So, I mean, for those who might have been saying a lot of things, well,
unnecessary things.
Welcome to Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria, but at least we can see the recovery rate and all that, and thus far it's good news. But the most important thing, stay at home. Stay at home. It's better at home. You feel better at home.
To be safe than sorry.
Exactly. And of course, much more importantly, we have sanitized our hands right here in the studio before we start the program. So please wash your hands, sanitize anywhere you're going. Make sure after interaction with people, sanitize your hands. Avoid handshakes. And of course, and if you must cough, do the dab.
Into your elbow.
Exactly. All right, that's it. Thank God for that good news. We'll go straight to the headlines. Copy of the Punch newspaper. FCT, Lagos, Ogun, communities ignore Buhari's lockdown order. Some people don't care. There's a picture speak here now. I mean, Marwa loading, everybody doing their own thing. Some people don't, they just continue with their life.
Well, banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune: unusual Palm Sunday as Christians celebrate in near empty churches. Religious leaders address members, hold services online. Faithful hold up makeshift palms in homes. Don't sink into despair, Pope tells world. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune this morning. And
a lot of stories out there. Of course, we have the story we just took. Makinde test negative for COVID-19. Good one. Good one. Details on page 4 of the Punch newspaper.
And COVID-19, Lagos discharges 10-year-old for other patients. Osun index case 109, Abidjan returnees freed. Nigeria records 18 more cases, total now 232. India places total ban on chloroquine export.
Well,
they don't want chloroquine to leave their shores.
They want to at least manage the ones they have.
There might be something with this chloroquine after all.
I think it's working, but then of course, while we want to
with the experts.
Please, because yes, it might even be working. Who knows the dosage? Because it's not like the person has malaria now, you are treating the malaria.
Just start
exactly. You understand? Sometimes what you don't know,
like you're taking this pepper, like you're taking peppermint or something.
So it's important we listen to the experts. People prize themselves in giving quality information. That's what they do. So allow them decide. Okay, now is the time to use this particular drug, and if you must use it, this is how to use it. That's what we need for now. Until then, please, stay away from chloroquine. please, except you have malaria. Okay, and if you don't, just be yourself. I think that's better. There's this story that's been trending since Saturday night, stroke Sunday morning. Lockdown. I promise to practice what I preach, says Funke Akindele after she got arrested for throwing a party during the COVID-19 lockdown in his house. Some popular celebrities were in that party, and she clearly didn't practice what she preached. Now she's promised. I saw the Jennifer in her when she was, no makeup, put up that glass. I'm sorry, I did not intend to do that. I said, Jennifer. This is the Jennifer from Ayetoru.
Or maybe she got more than the number of guests she invited. Maybe some guests get crashed and she couldn't turn them back.
Was she supposed to even throw a party?
In
a lockdown.
Well, I think maybe the rules. I think the rule says if they are no more than 10 or something.
In this Nigeria, where there's always Mogbo branch. I mean, she should not have done that. She shouldn't have.
What if there was have a party? What's the only parties could be postponed?
Telling you. And a lot of pictures
whatever she was celebrating could be postponed. Weddings are being postponed. Burial ceremonies are being postponed.
That's it. No thanks to her now. Some of those celebrities that attended that party are now wanted by the police. They have become Mr. Wanted.
Because the police, you must be sure they don't have
She herself got arrested last night. Okay, so details of that in the Punch newspaper. Lockdown. I promise to practice what I preach, says Funke Akindele.
And that story is also here. Lockdown. Police arrest Funke Akindele over house party. And there's a rider penalty for lockdown violation, not death. Falano tells military. Page 6 and 7 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Echoes from 2011 poll. Jonathan Knox ex-US envoys regain claim. Okay. That's Ambassador Campbell of the US, who represented the US in Nigeria then, claiming that the 2011 poll was rigged in favor of course, So 2011 poll, Jonathan Knox, ex-US envoys, regain claim. What an envoy.
NMA resident doctors reject move by federal government to import Chinese doctors. That's on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. I wonder what miracle the Chinese doctors are coming to perform in the first instance.
I still have my, of course, I stand corrected. I'm not an expert in that field, so I'm not. But then, if the NMA is saying we don't want them, then who is that? I mean,
or perhaps they could have some answers.
Which questions are we asking? The recovery rate in Nigeria is one of the best across the world. The data coming from Nigeria especially is alarming to even Americans and Italians, Spaniards right now. That you can have 9 people in a place and in less than 3 weeks 2 are out. No deaths. That even in Lagos that has currently 120, that's people are, we have about 25 people discharged right now.
Well, speaking like the layman that I am now, perhaps it could be perhaps the other way. Maybe it's the Chinese themselves that want to come and see how
we are doing it, and then it should be the other way, that they are coming to learn, not that they are coming to support, which you are being told right now by the federal government.
The Chinese government might not want to admit that, and I don't know. Maybe there is something that they will be putting on the table, and something that which will be putting on the table, maybe by way of a mutual benefit on both sides.
We hope so. But really, if the Nigerian Medical Association is saying we do not, when we get that story, when they claim that it's an insult on them, that with all what they are doing, you still claim that importing some doctors from China is still what will make you are getting enough. I hope this thing does not backfire.
And whichever way it goes, they should have carried the NMA along. They should have, if indeed it is necessary to bring in these Chinese doctors, the NMA should have been carried along. They should have been made to see the reason why it is imperative at this time to bring in the Chinese medical practitioners. I mean, this wouldn't have happened if they had come to a mutual agreement.
I don't know. Is Professor Abayomi complaining? Did Professor Alonge complain? I'm not too sure. That's why I said I'm not a professional here, so it might be. But I really don't know what is necessitating the Chinese doctors coming in en masse. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three, it's not five that is coming. You know, these guys are coming in their numbers, and they claim that they will be coming to support. Really? Okay. I hope and seriously pray it does not backfire, because I think the federal government has concluded they will be doing that. So, good luck. Italy orders Lombardy residents to wear masks. I mean, talking about COVID-19 here, and we have rider global cases rise to 1.2 million. COVID-19 confirmed cases now 1.2 million. US records 323,953 confirmed cases. The US alone. And we have Lagos coronavirus cases hit 120. Details in the Punch newspaper.
I don't know if Falano or the Fairy Lagos lawyer. Well, this is more specific. What he said about the penalty for
if you violate the lockdown order.
Lockdown violation, he seems to be educating the military. He says penalty for lockdown violation is 200 naira, 6 months jail term, not death. Falano tells the military. I'd wonder that what exactly should, for instance, the lawyer was talking about stories about brutalization of Nigerian citizens who are caught violating the lockdown. And I've also been asking myself that, okay, in that kind of situation, ideally, what should the soldiers do? Definitely, they should not be brutalizing people, but then there should be something to serve as a deterrent.
Definitely.
To people who. So, we are seeing it now. The lawyer is saying that it's 200 naira fine, 6 month jail term. I don't know if it's both, or maybe you would have an option of fine. When we take the story.
For the betterment, I think there had better be an option of fine. There was an option of fine, I think 100,000 or 6 months something, because they've been claiming it for the Funke Akindele that she just has to bail herself out or something. There's this headline in the Punch newspaper: if coronavirus does not kill us, hunger will kill us. I'm not one of them. These are Lagos residents crying out. They are claiming if coronavirus doesn't kill them, hunger will kill them. Lagos residents are crying out there. I think just the other side of lockdown, especially when it does not really have a human face. I'm for some partial lockdown, but total lockdown in a country like Nigeria, you have to think twice. Okay, it's important. We think I saw videos, plenty of them are already on social media. People who collected the bread that one politician gave them, and they turned it to football. Of a free kick. He said, take your bread. And they kick the thing away. I said, it is well. You'd have at least kept the bread small, at least. Honestly, when one guy starts attacking in the night.
Honestly, I think the politician in question should just have held his peace.
Nobody, I pity him. When people were mentioning the guy's name on that video, I said, he was trying to help. Actually, he was just trying to help.
He could have done better.
I know. I agree.
So I think he just have held his peace.
I felt for him, seriously. I mean, a major politician for that matter.
Just drew unnecessary attention.
I just carried the bread. Ronaldo free kick. I mean, it's unfortunate, And there's this another headline from the Punch newspaper. Makoko residents are saying why we believe coronavirus cannot get into our community. Better pray very well. Makoko residents in Lagos felt we are poor people.
If they are beating their chest, I believe maybe there's something.
Provided there's no corona already in their midst. Have they tested? Okay. All these people thinking it's a rich man's disease. I pray they step up and do the right thing. Maintain social distancing. Wash your hands. Stay at home. Then you can be safe. But if you are claiming that because you don't have much money, that's why coronavirus will not visit you. Sorry.
And that you'll be
try again
because you don't have cash in your pockets.
Try again. All right, so that's it. Yeah, you have more headlines from there.
We're talking about the between hunger and lockdown, there's an editorial at the Tribune editorial for today. It's titled "Hunger and the Lockdown." It says "Hunger and the Lockdown." And
that's interesting.
Wow. And here we also have a setup asks federal government CBN to provide spending details on COVID-19 relief funds.
I think that's one story we need to take. People have started asking questions. I'm one advocate of follow the money. I mean, I know yesterday I started posting how money is entering. People want to know, apart from how money is entering, how is money getting spent?
I think committees should be set up for this.
Exactly. People really need to know. And of course, maybe when we're back for the details, we'll talk more about this, especially what certain people who are, politically exposed person are saying about issues like this, and some states being left out. These are serious issues that we really need to talk about. If Mr. President can decide to talk to the whole Nigeria and he removes the state that has the third highest, confirmed cases, something might be going on. Is it politics? Should we play politics at this time? All right. I mean, these are things we really need to talk about. But of course, when we come back for the details, you get those details in full detail. Okay.
Maybe I should quickly take this.
Please go ahead.
It has to do with what privileged citizens have been doing in Oyo State and corporate organizations regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. Just COVID-19, but the Akindele tops list of private donors to Oyo's endowment fund, and that has UBA Unity Bank lead donations by corporate organizations. Now, River Ibadan businessman Sir Bode Akindele has marked the top individual donor to Oyo State COVID-19 endowment fund in his first week of coming on stream. The businessman with a donation of 25 million naira, which was made at the close of last week, top earlier donors, Barrister Latif Fagbemi, 10 million naira. The chairman of Ilaji Hotels and Resort, Dr. Sanusi, 5 million naira, and the RM Musulmi of Yorubaland, Edo and Delta States, Alhaji Daoud Akinola, who donated 20 million naira. Now, leading the charge of corporate donors is the United Bank of Africa, UBA, who donated 28.5 million naira, followed by Unity Bank, who donated 10 million naira. Fagbemi had last week kick-started donations to the accounts with the sum of 10 million naira, while Sanusi followed suit with the cash donation of 5 million naira. The good-spirited Nigerian said in different letters forwarding the donations to the governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, that they were lending supporting hands to Oyo State government's fight against the spread of COVID-19. Sir Akindele, who is the Parakoyo of Ibadan, made the donation through his conglomerate, Madandola Group. This is coming from the Chief Press Secretary to
Governor we can only say a very big thank you to everyone who has donated
it's a really
to those
very
accounts.
long list, actually. Very
notable Oyo State indigents and well-wishers right there. Very good one. Very good one. I think that's a comprehensive list. There's even a website for it where you can go check. As money is entering any of the three accounts, you'll be seeing it appearing there. Some names turning up there. Good one. We can only ask for more. Please let's do more. Let's support government as much as we can. It's for our own good. That's one thing I always remind myself. It's for our own good.
No amount is too small.
Exactly. I mean, there's 150 naira there. I mean, yes.
The last,
I mean, that's what the person can afford. But at least, talking about shares, you have a share. You can say tomorrow that I contributed to ending COVID-19 in Oyo State. That person has a stake. Mr. Governor needs to appreciate that person too. But thank you. It was part of your money that was used to buy drug and keep me alive. I mean, that's it.
And I see something that looks like your name here.
You don't want to talk about that right now. You don't want to talk about that right now. All right. Time check, 6:58 a.m. We've got a short break right now. When we're back, we'll give you full details. It's the NewsBit. Please don't go anywhere.
Health is wealth, and there is no better time to remind ourselves of this fact. As the novel coronavirus continues to threaten our health and well-being as a people, it is time to act fast and smart. To this end, religious organizations, educational institutions at all levels, as well as socio-cultural and political organizations are by expert advice enjoined to suspend all large gatherings until further notice to help curb the spread of the virus. Most importantly, We should all avoid spreading panic and misinformation on social media, but help sensitize fellow citizens on the way out of the pandemic. This is not a drill. The threat of COVID-19 is real. God save us all. This message is from the Oluyole State government. Health
NewsBit.
So glad to know you're still there. You're listening to NewsBit, coming to you live from the stables of Oluyole 98.5 FM. If you're just joining us, we're broadcasting live on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of your state. We're live in the studios of Oluyole 98.5 FM and broadcasting live on Adilete 92.1 FM, Okyogun 96.3 FM, and of course, for our online listeners, we're live on mixler.com/Oluyole FM, on Facebook, facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, Twitter at Oluyole FM, Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM. We're also on Radio Garden. Google us out, zoom in and search for Oluyole 98.5 FM. There's only one, and we are there live and direct. You can watch us. What's going on in the studio? You want to see Tola and Dayo? Yep. We're live, streaming live on Facebook and Twitter right now. In due course, we'll open the phone lines for you, our distinguished listeners, to contribute to the program for today. So if you're just joining us, I am Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba.
All right, before we went on that break, we spoke about Mr. Governor testing negative for coronavirus. So that's the first headline I'm going to be reading the details to you this morning. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has tested negative for coronavirus. The Punch report. The governor tested positive for the virus on March 30, said on Sunday evening by Twitter that he now tests negative for the virus. He said he received his second negative test result on Sunday evening, while appreciating those who supported him with prayers during the intervening period. He said he would resume his duty as the head of the COVID-19 task force in the state on Monday. Breaking: Makinde tests negative for coronavirus. Details in the Punch newspaper. Congratulations once again, Mr. Governor.
Very big congratulations. And we're talking about Palm Sunday, the beginning of the Christian Passion Week.
A lot of people didn't even remember that yesterday was Palm Sunday.
A lot of people
so they forgot about the Palm.
Completely forgot. Yeah, Palm Sunday masses and services were celebrated around the world without the usual congregation of people holding up palms in procession to symbolize the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem. Across the world, priests blessed palms in near empty churches and asked their parishioners to pick up the blessed palms after services. Many Christians resorted to holding makeshift palm branches and having them blessed by following virtual Palm Sunday services on various devices. With the death toll from coronavirus reaching about 65,000, Pope Francis celebrated Palm Sunday Mass, urging people to be courageous and only hold fast to what really matters in their lives. Celebrating in a near-empty St. Peter's Basilica, Pope Francis urged the world not to sink into despair but acknowledge the fact that life is of no use if not lived to serve others. The Palm Sunday Mass was devoid of the usual tens of thousands of Romans, tourists and pilgrims who would clutch over olive tree branches or palm fronds led by the Catholic pontiff. Besides, he says a few invited prelates, nuns and lay people were present, sitting solo in the first pews and staggered far apart to reduce the risk of contagion. In his homily, Pope Francis further urged Christians to learn from the suffering of Christ as an example of a life lived completely in the service of others. And well, in Nigeria, the Archbishop of the Catholic Diocese of Abuja, Most Reverend Ignatius Kagama, urged federal and state governments to be wary of the consequences, asking Nigerians to stay home for a prolonged period, while urging them to be sensitive to the suffering of vulnerable Nigerians, while recognizing the restriction of movement as a measure to curb the spread of the virus. Kagama said it was imperative for government at all levels to provide needed psychological and physiological support by ensuring that Nigerians do not suffer lack of food, water, power, and medical care. That's coming from Nigeria now. And the story also goes on to state that the situation was very much similar in churches across the country, where parishioners and members of the congregation stayed home, and many actually observed Palm Sunday online. And well, that's what
you're talking about me right there. I mean, COVID-19. Government says stay at home, so what's my own? I mean, just obey. I mean, obedience is better than sacrifice right here. On the Punch newspaper, we have this story. FCT, Lagos, Ogun communities ignore Buhari's lockdown order. There's a rider, hunger won't allow us stay at home. Lagos residents. 36-year-old dies as coronavirus figure jumps to 232. Don't bring Chinese doctors, enemy nurses, 1FG. Residents of some communities in the Federal Capital Territory, Ogun and Lagos states on Sunday violated the President Major General Mahmoud Buhari's lockdown order. On Saturday and Sunday, correspondents in the FCT observed that although there was compliance with the order within the Abuja metropolis, the story was not the same inside Abuja. In Ogun State, the Deputy Governor, Noimot Salakoyedele, in a statement on Sunday, decried the level of compliance in the Ado-Udota local government area. Residents of Lagos areas such as Yano, Paja, Ketu, and Alakwere cited hunger for violating the lockdown. The president had in a nationwide broadcast on February 29 imposed a 14-day lockdown on the FCT, Lagos and Ogun states to curb the spread of COVID-19 cases, which increased to 232 on Sunday. And we can see there's another one. Security men dispersed traders at Kuje Market. In the FCT, security personnel consisting of the police and the Federal Radio Safety Corps officials chased away traders from the popular Kuje Market in the Kuje Area Council on Sunday. Of course, Okada riders defy lockdown in Kubwa. That's another satellite town in the FCT. Markets open in Buhari. Taxi drivers devise means of flouting order. And of course, Lagos residents here. Let me take this. Hunger preventing us from observing lockdown. Lagos residents. Residents of communities in Lagos State told the Punch that hunger was responsible for their non-compliance with the lockdown. While some residents observed the stay-at-home order, others, including commercial motorists, were seen flouting the directives. They cited different reasons, including hunger and illness, when accosted by law enforcement agents. When asked why she decided to disobey the stay-at-home order, one Iya Rukayat, a bag seller in Ketu, claimed that she has to feed her children and there's no money or food coming from anywhere. She said, I just started displaying my goods this morning and I have not made any sale. I cannot just stay at home when my family is hungry. End of quote. FCT Lagos Ogun communities ignore Buhari's lockdown. I think we need to have a human face to this lockdown.
I know because of the nation's I would say faulty social system, it really becomes difficult to actually fault the claims of these citizens.
And you can't fault them. Now somebody says he has children at home and she needs to feed them. You are not feeding them on her behalf, so she has to do something as a responsible mother. So I mean, well, of course we understand that some states are starting relaxing, the stay-at-home order, like Lagos State now between 10 and 2 p.m. It's like Lagos is normal. I mean, I was calling someone and say, but you can go from mainland to island between 10 and 2 p.m. Everybody will stop. I said, really, is that serious? Oh, I said, well, maybe one of these days when I come. But then, of course, there's interstate, border shut, is being shut right now. But I think gradually, everybody is beginning to see sense in the, pardon me to use this word, the Sheyi Makinde template. And this is not about, blowing anybody's trumpet. You need to just think, ahead of whatever policies you want to make. Because
it would be terrible if in the place of fighting COVID-19, the government now has to start fighting civil unrest again.
It's happening already in Lagos State and in some other states. They started activating, police sections that will undo, some small robberies, house breaking, and much more importantly, domestic violence. These little things are beginning to happen. People breaking shops. It's already on the increase. Even here in Oyo State, we need to start talking about it. That, of course, the security agencies need to step up on whatever they are doing. It's like people staying at home and not doing anything.
Again, like I always say, it brings up everything that is wrong with our social system. It shows that there are some people with criminal intent anyway.
Definitely.
That have to be kept perpetually on the streets. When they're on the streets, well, definitely they will have something to live by. When they at least extort the commercial transport operators, the Okada riders. But when this is not forthcoming, then they turn to innocent citizens. They become overnight armed robbers. They become thieves. They become burglars.
Exactly.
And like I said, everything that is wrong with our social system, it means we are only safe if this category of people are kept perpetually on the streets. Take them off the streets and we're all in trouble.
Exactly. And talking about what government is doing and what people are doing, it's important to mention what certain politically exposed people, even politicians, are saying about the lockdown. It would be unfair for someone to come up and decry government, federal government locking down some states, and then in the same breath you're criticizing another governor for not locking down states. You begin to ask questions. Okay, so where do you even stand? My friends will say, I mean, so can we be sincere with ourselves, all in the name of you want to throw political tantrums and all that? Can we look for the best of the people and not partisan politics in all of this? Hello, people are dying. Whether we like it or not, the death toll in Nigeria now is 5. Can we for once shelve partisan politics and focus on the problem at hand?
I don't know, now that you mentioned this, I mean, it was quite irritating. Some people were actually, in Oyo State here, some people were actually raising political issues. When Governor Seyi Makinde left the COVID-19 task force in the hands of Professor Temitope,
a medical doctor, former CMD of,
and the next thing is that he's from Oyo State, and I mean, at this point in time, for people to, and these are the politicians who are supposed to have the interest of the people at heart.
We hope so.
They started insinuating all sorts of things, and you begin to wonder that what is actually wrong with the political class in this country.
And I hope we, the followers, the citizenry, will wise up one day and understand that many of these people are actually not thinking about you. That's the truth. They just want to mash out their own ego and ensure that people are listening to them, and they are constantly in the news. So it's left for the citizens to understand that this is a time to speak up for yourself and not allow somebody pour sand into your gari.
And we must be united in this.
Very important. Very, very important.
It's not the time to follow divisive tendencies.
Very, very important. Okay, I'll take this trending story about Funke Akindele and we open the phone lines. Time check 7:11 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. You're listening to NewsBit, newspaper review in English, coming to you live from Oluyole 98.5 FM. Akindele Funke, not our brand ambassador, NCDC. The Nigerian Center of Disease Control on Sunday said actress Funke Akindele, also known as Jennifer, was not its brand ambassador. This is coming shortly after the Lagos State Police Command arrested the actress for hosting a house party that contravened the lockdown order of the government. The actress had appeared in adverts for the NCDC and Dettol, calling on Nigerians to observe social distancing and hygiene as part of measures to curb the spread of coronavirus in the country. She was arrested at her residence in Amen Estate off the Lekki Expressway and had been taken to the State Criminal Investigation Department, Banti, Yaba. Yaba is close to the... I didn't say anything. The police said a manhunt has begun for Akindele's husband, Abdurrashid Bello, a.k.a. JJC Skills. I told you that some people have become wanted. And singer Aziz Fashola, a.k.a. Naira Mali. Malians, okay, they are looking for your man. Said to have been at the party. Funke Akindele, not our brand ambassador, says NCDC. Please stay at home and don't be doing your one bed inside lockdown, okay? Yes, that's it. you have a story here, please.
This one about the NMA rejecting the import Chinese doctors.
Very important story.
Well, the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, and the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, have questioned the plan by the federal government through the Ministry of Health to import medical doctors from China to help the country battle the COVID-19 pandemic. In separate statements issued by the associations on Sunday, they condemned and rejected the move. The NMA said it received the news of the intention of the federal government to invite Chinese doctors into the country at this time of a global pandemic with dismay and utter disappointment. In a statement signed by its president, Dr. Francis A. Faduile, the NMA said it was a thing of embarrassment to the membership of the association and other health workers already giving their best in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic under deplorable working conditions to be subjected to the ignominy of not being carried along in arriving at such a decision. The lack of personal protective equipment, PPE, grossly inadequate test kits and test centers across the country, and the absolute lack of any form of insurance for the workforce are primordial issues begging for attention at this time. NARD rejects move by federal government to import Chinese doctors. Page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, you can decide to check that out. Time check 7:15 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. It's still NewsBit on Oluyole 98.5 FM. The phone lines are already buzzing. For those who don't know the lines, 090-250-38006, 090-250-38006, and 080-55-009850. Our first caller right here. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Prince. I didn't look on the Juma, sir.
All right, Prince, let's have you.
Well done for the program. God will continue to empower you.
Amen.
Amen.
I want to felicitate with our governor on his recovery, and I pray the protection of God will continue to cover upon his head in Jesus' name. Secondly, I want to advise the federal government. At this time we don't need the factories for Chinese doctors. We don't need them. We don't want them. Our resident doctors, they have done their best and they are doing their best. We are enjoying the status of our resident doctors for now. I believe this problem emanated from this Chinese, and they are telling us they are coming to help us now. We don't need their service. Let them stay in their own country and be treating their people. So that's what I want to advise them. Then, thirdly, I want to advise our people to please, for the sake of our life, we should not allow the stay-at-home order. And now, another thing I want to keep in is that if we want the stay-at-home order to be enforceable, the government to please, for the sake of people, provide a little palliative for them. A little palliative will assist these people. You cannot lock somebody in for 2 or 3 days. Without giving him something to eat or to drink. It's never done like that. So that's my advice.
All right, thank you so much.
Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel.
Morning, sir.
They are going on the line from my home.
Nice to have you, Mr. Ajanako. Please go ahead.
I just want to talk about Funka Kindele. They have been talking many a time, mentioning lawlessness in Nigeria. I was very much disappointed by her action. She trying to frustrate the efforts of the Lagos state government. It is very bad on her part. Despite the fact that there are no palliatives on the total lockdown, she should be in a person who is punished for it. Two, there are 1,500 poor people in Oyo State. The question is, what is the population of Oyo State? I think the governor should add to stop disturbing the poor in the state. They must.
All All right, Mr. Ajanoku, thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, it's Lamle calling from Obumaso.
All right, lines to have you. Please let's have a comment briefly, sir.
Yes, this morning I have a good story and a good song for our dear governor.
Okay, let's have it briefly, sir.
God has done something good for the entire Oyo state. People may not know it, but we know what God has done for him. And what God has done for him is what God has done for we people for Oyo state in general. Yes, there are many things people are saying as you have said. We know what people are wishing him. But we thank God today that we are celebrating, we are rejoicing, and God will continue to be with him. Then on the issue of lockdown in Lagos State, honestly, I want to advise the government, it is better they relax this report. Hell is getting out of hand in Lagos State. People find it very difficult. You know, some people, because they don't even have a place where to go. Some people have to they usually find place to stay on daily basis. But look at what is happening now. No food to eat, nothing to do. And I surely believe that the government will try to relax this thing for people so that people will not go on rampage. And that is another thing. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for comments. We really appreciate it. I can see comments, plenty of them on Facebook. We'll come to it briefly soon. Busari Adijat saying good morning, thank you. Shehu Mohammed saying what is the latest of COVID-19 in the state? Thus far, 9 confirmed cases and 2 have been of course recovered, Mr. Governor and the CMD. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Something wrong with the lines this morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel calling from Odono.
All right, Mr. Emmanuel, briefly.
I want to appreciate God for what God has done to our governor, Governor Seyi Makinde. Now, here in Nigeria, our president is saying that it is shut down some states, which it cannot be possible. What are the necessary provisions they made for us in this country? Nothing. And they are saying that they want to bring down a China doctor to come and embezzle our money in this country, which we are not going to take it. Please, I'm pleading to the government of this country that they should do something about those states that they have that they should lock down. They should make a...
Oh, you can please call back. We'll still take that. Please call back. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. Okay, let me go to Facebook. Agbomojo Owolewa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He said from Ogumosho, good morning to you. A big thank you to all that donate money to your state in order to support our state and the governor himself. Also, a big congratulations to my able governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde. Negative results by God's grace. Okay. Please let us all remember to stay safe. Oh, we are all LD by God's grace. Adeni Jioluwafemi Shegun is saying, good morning, sirs. Really love your program. Money has to be distributed amicably. Okay. To every Nigerians to cut poverty during the lockdown. I highly congratulate our governor for the quick recovery. Ayodeji Isaac saying morning Ibadan. Okay, thank you very much. Shehu Mohammed, okay, we're giving you the update you requested. Aziz Soliu Olugbile is saying good morning, sir. He's saying, okay, marking register for he's saying right there. And Benjamin Oyedeji, I think this is French. Dieu merci, Engineer Seyi Makinde est en forme. Félicitations. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's something here where regarding this importation of Chinese doctors. What the president of the NARD, Dr. Aliu, said. He says the very slow rate of case fatality arising from COVID-19 in Africa is yet to understand, explain, covet, or undermine that possible genetic advantage. That's talking about the rest of the world now. And it says the crafty Chinese scientists should be the last group of friends to trust at this time.
Exactly.
Given how unreliably and covertly they have managed the information around the pandemic.
Crafty from the Chinese scientists. That's it. They are crafty. They are crafty. I mean, maybe because of the contracts you are collecting from them. Maybe. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Sunday from Oluyole.
All right, Mr. Sunday, please go ahead, briefly.
On the issue of lessons of the state, you can see that the federal government is just dealing with those governments, the governors that belong to their party. So, Mr. President is not even asked as the general president of this nation on the issue of this coronavirus now. Now, Mr. President knows that when he locked down Oyo State, so you know that there are many people being talented, and you cannot just lock everybody down in Oyo State. Yeah, Oyo State is more like that in Nigeria than any state. So,
all right.
Hello.
All right. Thank you so much. Are you done?
So, I don't.
Okay,
Hello?
we are with you. We are with you. Go ahead.
So, you cannot be expecting people to be locked down without providing a food for them. So, to avoid them funding the Oyo State government, that is why they don't even lock down Oyo State. And again, those that we have already locked down, now they are already supposed to be locked. So, because you cannot stay at home hungry, so it's something that you need to find a solution to.
All right.
So because before you can cage an animal or a pet, you must find something to feed the pet. So you are ready. And I really appreciate the God for the healing of our able government.
Amen. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. All right. The lines to still join the studio. I can pick one or two more calls before we leave here. 0902 5038 006 08055 009850. One or two more calls and we're out of here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Yeah, it's Stella from Ogomo.
Oh, good morning, ma.
Yeah, well done, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I just want to use this opportunity to thank God so big for our governor. We are so grateful to God. And we want to congratulate our governor. You see what happens to good-natured people? God is always on their side. I knew from the outset that this thing was not going to last in his body. And so this is a big testimony for all of us in Oyo State. So we want to thank God for that. And we know that, like they say, the person I know that this is a way of God helping me to be able to reach people to have gone through this, you know how they think. So be able to reach out to people much better. So we appreciate God for that. And we just pray that God's protection I also want to talk about something I read on COVID-19. I read from the Oluyole governor statement. You know, there was this case of about more than 7 people that came to Oluyole State, and I'm of them
Yes.
for the virus. He said in the statement that
Mrs. Adela, your line is now breaking. We might need to just let you go. So you probably, it's seriously still breaking. We can barely hear you. You may call back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Hello.
We can hear you. Go ahead, sir. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello,
Your name and location.
Hello, good morning.
You are on.
Yeah, this is Adebayo from Ogumosho.
All right, nice to have you, sir. Let's have your comment briefly.
Yeah, Adebayo from Ogumosho. Hello.
Go ahead. Let's have your comment, sir.
Yeah, I want you people to tell the federal government that we don't need this Chinese government. They should first remove the perk in their own eyes before coming to remove that of our forehead here in Nigeria. We don't want them. Are they coming to create more problems for us in this nation? Please, we don't want them. We don't need them. Let them go back.
Right.
We don't need them.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. That's the much you can take on the show today. On Facebook, Darasimi Divine saying congrats to our governor. Thank you. Or Jeddo Confemi Zakio saying congratulations to our governor. Okay. Thank you very much. Damilola Samuel Ajibade saying good morning. Congratulations to our role model governor. Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Wasiu Adeyemi Adegbite from Erua. Good morning to you, sir. Kudos to you all. May God bless you all in Jesus. Oh, okay, amen. Thank you very much. That's the much we can take on the show today. Bolo Aji is already in the studio. That's it on the show for today. Till tomorrow we come your way on NewsBit again. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba. And Buluwaji, so people have been saying that we should be doing sports indoors at this time. And
have you?
Yes, it's important to actually stay to keep fit. So there's no excuse. I mean, staying back out doesn't mean you should go fast. It's important that you keep fit. I have a couple of exercises at home, and of course, we remain fit, which is very important.
All right, that's it on NewsBit. Up next, Sport Tidbit. We'll hand you over to Boluwaji. Please don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check, 7:30 a.m. And you already know that it's time to talk sport right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. It's sport time, and it's time to take around all the sport in just 20 minutes. Bring you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest news making the rounds of the beautiful world of sport. This morning, we've got rock all over. News to break this lovely morning from the locals to the international, from football to tennis to boxing to Olympic stories. That means I've got you covered with this lovely morning. My name is Boluwaji Ogunbowale. Shout out to the listeners on Agility FM 92.1 and on Kyogun FM 96.3. You can also listen to us online. Just visit www.btos.tv. Moment you log into that website, you get to listen to us anywhere you are on the planet Earth. You can also watch us live on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, and on Twitter @Oluyole FM. Get to watch that. And of course, see what's happening in the studio this lovely morning. Let's hit the ground running. It's a very lovely day. Yes, let me inform that the chairman of the league management company, Malham Sheudiko, has confirmed that the league will end this very year. The Nigerian Professional Football League was suspended a few weeks back after the coronavirus outbreak altered the football across the world. The Uganda Premier League became the first league to be called off on Thursday due to the virus, and the VSV Viper was also declared champion. The Belgian Jupiler Liga was also ended on Thursday with Club Brugge on top of the league with 15 points gap, but a final decision will come from the Football Association on the 15th of April. But the Nigerian league body refused to follow suit, and the league will be completed the moment the virus issues is overcome, according to the LMC chairman, who says that the league management company is still focusing on ending the league this very season as they continue to observe what is happening globally in other leagues that are in the same situation with Nigeria. He also confirmed that the reorganization of the CAF and FIFA calendars based on the coronavirus will tell the LMC the next line of action to take. Alright, no doubt about it, the league must end as the tussle of who will be crowned champion between Enyimba and Plateau United continue. Don't forget, we told you last week that both managers are claiming that they should be awarded the title. But of course, it's good that the LMC came out at the weekend to state clearly that the league must end. Alright, moving on this morning, the management of NNL side, Yobe Dasa Stars, we understand they are set to pay their players officials 25% of their monthly salary. Well, this was contained in a letter of resolution by the management after their meeting on Friday. This, according to the letter, is to cut costs due to the economic meltdown encountered by the state government, which was brought by the coronavirus pandemic. Meanwhile, the feeder team of Yobe Dasa Stars will have their monthly allowance cut down to 50%. The Nigerian National League went on Christmas and New Year break in December and are yet to resume until the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic. Due to the outbreak, all the clubs were advised to release their players to their different homes to curb the spread of the deadly virus. From Adamawa Street, let's come to Ibadan, where Abia Warriors FC goalkeeper Charles Tambe has been discharged from the University College Hospital UCH Ibadan, where he has been admitted after he was attacked by hoodlums last week Friday. The Cameroonian who was attacked in Akpata area of Ibadan, Oyo State, while observing his personal workout, was shot on his right hand. He was subsequently admitted at UCH Ibadan, where he was given the best of treatment. The goaltender, who once played for 3 years before teaming up with Abia Warriors, was discharged from the hospital on a Saturday evening. Good good news coming from him this lovely morning. All right, moving on this morning, FIFA has announced that scheduled matches for the next international break have been postponed indefinitely due to the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, which has disrupted all sporting activity. The Super Eagles, who are to face Benin in the 2021 AFCON second leg qualifiers, will have to wait for a new date to be decided following the announcement by the World Football Governing Body. It seems a double-header clash against Sierra Leone, earlier billed for March 27 in Asaba, and return leg in Freetown was postponed by CAF also due to the pandemic. Matches of the 2022 World Cup would also be postponed due to this deadly virus. Away from football, let's check out wrestling this morning, where President of Nigerian Wrestling Federation, Honorable Daniel Igali, has boosted the morale of world #1 female wrestler in 57 kg category, Oluyole Adekoro, with cash gifts. The excited world #1 wrestler on her official Facebook page thanked the President of the Federation for the gift and described it as a morale booster to continue to work harder to achieve more glories in the future. Adekoro, on the 19th of February 2020, was adopted by a particular security company in Abuja following the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sonny Darius Adopt an Athlete initiative. That company completed the adoption and handed Adekoro $10,000 to train for further competitions. Moving on this morning, the 2021 World Games have been pushed back by a year to avoid clashing with the Tokyo Olympics, which were rescheduled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The World Games, which are held every 4 years and feature 32 sports, are not part of the Olympic program, were earlier built to take place in Birmingham, Alabama from the 15th of July 2025 next year would have now been postponed to the 7th or to the 17th of July 2022. Organizers said that the decision to move the Tokyo Olympics to 2021 made a significant impact on the planning of the World Games, and sticking to the original date would have meant excluding many Olympic athletes and officials. The international event was set to host 3,600 athletes from over 100 countries to take part in a variety of sports such as martial arts, bowling, squash, billiards, and even wheelchair rugby. From that one, let's head straight to the world of boxing this morning. British world heavyweight champion Anthony Oluyole Joshua says that Vladimir Klitschko is the hardest puncher he has ever faced in his entire boxing career. Joshua was floored 4 times by Andrews Jr., who handed him his first career defeat last year, but Joshua insists that Klitschko hit him harder when he dropped him in their 2017 battle. Joshua eventually stopped the Klitschko in round 11 after a hectic couple of middle rounds in which he exchanged knockdowns with the legendary champion. Joshua put the Ukrainian down in the 5th before being flattened by a right hand 3 minutes later. Referencing that famous punch, he continued. He says that it was the 15th that came after that as well. This guy is a beast. He's really a beast. He's referring to Klitschko. What I'm talking about Joshua's next opponent, Cobra Pulev. Well, he has announced that he will donate half of his purse as half of his entire earnings from his world heavyweight fight against Joshua to help medical workers fighting the coronavirus pandemic. Joshua's world title defense against Cobra Pulev, which was originally built for the 20th of June at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, has been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. A new date the fighter is still being worked out, but it goes ahead. Pulev, one of the Bulgaria's most popular athletes, is planning to use part of his proceeds to help battle the deadly pandemic. Play to football this morning where Kobe Bryant he has been posthumously inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. The 5-time NBA champion died at the age of 41 in a helicopter crash in January alongside his 13-year-old daughter Gianna and 7 others. Los Angeles Lakers Brent retired in 2016. He was the NBA most valuable player in 2008. He was a finals MVP for twice and earned 18 All-Star selections. He was in the United States team that won Olympic gold in 2008 and 2012. Going back to the world of football and talking Champions League, the Champions League and the Europa League will be abandoned if coronavirus restrictions remain in place into September, according to UEFA President Alexander Seferin. But Seferin added, he added that playing behind closed doors would be preferred to abandoning games. Champions League and Europa League matches are currently suspended until further notice. He says, and I quote, "We can't play it out in September or October." When asked whether the season could be abandoned, he added, "And if authorities do not allow us to play, then we cannot play." Premier League clubs Manchester City and Chelsea are both still in the Champions League, while Manchester United, Wolves, and the Scottish champions Rangers are all in the Europa League. Moving on, still talking football, when Mark Rooney has criticized the government and the Premier League for placing footballers in a no-win situation over proposed pay cuts after a warning from players' representatives that the NHS offers a cool so far. Rooney made it clear that he had both the means and the will to make financial contributions, either in the form of his salary reduction or direct donations to the NHS, but felt that the public pressure being exerted on players was unhelpful. The Premier League's suggested strategy involving a combination of pay cuts and deferrals amounting to 30% of wages was discussed in a press conference. Players and managers representatives on on Saturday. The Premier League has been seen as lagging behind other European leagues in its response to coronavirus and was accused by one British lawmaker of operating in a moral vacuum. The Professional Football Association said its members wanted to play their part but warned that a projected 30% salary reduction would cost the country £200 million in lost tax receipts. Still in the Premier League, Kyle Walker faces disciplinary action from Manchester City after reportedly breaking lockdown rules by hosting a party involving two sex workers. 29-year-old Walker has apologized and urged people to stay at home, stay safe during the coronavirus pandemic. In a statement, City said the England defender's action had directly contravened his responsibility as a role model. It added that the club would be holding an investigation. The government had put social distancing restrictions in place to combat coronavirus, and as at 9 o'clock on Sunday, 47,806 people had tested positive for coronavirus in the UK, with 4,934 recorded so far. Of course, you know, as we do on Mondays, we get to hit the street. We hit the street to ask people one or two questions. And this time around, yes, I did hit the street to ask, to confirm, to know how far our people, football fans, those who claim to be football fans, really know the beautiful game of football. And this time around, I went on to ask people on the street, what is El Clasico? Are you ready to laugh? Let's go.
El Clasico is a competition in Europe. I cannot talk El Clasico treatment because I'm not a coach.
I'm a coach. I'm a football coach. I went for coaching course.
I am the team manager of the Top Youth Football Academy. El Clasico. Clasico is all about Spain football team in Spain. As a team like Barcelona Football Academy, have a program right now in Nigeria. They call it a Clasico tournament or trial.
El Clasico is when we play a wood on the field or hard marking.
El Clasico, that's the match between Barcelona and Real Madrid.
El Clasico is when a player misplays or when the player do bad thing on the field. So that like rude, the player rude on the field is part of El Clasico. Player just be playing on the field and mark unnecessary, like hard marking. El Clasico.
El Clasico. El Clasico. Yes, that's all. It's about the team in Spain, what they do, and their program.
El Clasico is, I think, Champions League is the senior brother of El Clasico.
Seriously, Champions League is the elder brother of El Clasico. Alright, that's actually wrong. Now, El Clasico is the Spanish word for the classic, and it's involved any game that pits Real Madrid and FC Barcelona with one another, be it in the La Liga or in the Copa del Rey or in the Champions League. Any game that pits Barcelona and Real Madrid against one another is called El Clasico, and in English it's called the Classic. I hope you had that too, your football dictionary. Alright, moving on this morning, Manchester City became the first Premier League club to confirm that their non-playing staff will not be placed on leave of absence due to the coronavirus pandemic, after leaders Liverpool were heavily criticized for their handling of the crisis. A number of Liverpool's non-playing staff were suspended on leave of absence. It was announced on Saturday, leaving them free to claim 80% of their wages from the United Kingdom government, while the club tops up any shortfall in their pay. Also, moving on this morning, because of my time, Juventus talisman Cristiano Ronaldo will become the third sportsman in the world after golf star Tiger Woods and boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. to earn $1 billion during his playing career. The old lady announced a massive pay cut to help them during a period with loss of revenue, but it won't affect the Portuguese superstar too much, thanks to the brand, thanks to his brand CR7 exclusively, and about €100 million only in 2019, but in his entire career is expected to reach the $1 billion mark in the current season, as the 2019-2020 season, even with the 3-month pay cut at the club. Right here, because of my time, I quickly drop this one that the Belgian FA is seeking UEFA approval before ending the Pro League season prematurely to avoid exclusion from the European competition. It was announced on Thursday that the Pro League's board of directors had recommended the season finishing early, a decision which would see Club Brugge under the title, but the proposal still needed to be endorsed at the General Assembly meeting on the 15th of April. But that will be all this lovely morning on the Sports Bit. Big thanks to our entire production crew. Bigger thanks to you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow morning for another interesting edition. Till then, do have a lovely day and stay safe.
You want big race, nothing's gonna stop you now. As long as you reach out with Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, your greatness is now.
Conquer fear from losses or any form of hindrance from achieving your greatness. With a wealth of experience in insurance and financial matters, an array of life and general insurance products, motor insurance, fire and special perils, burglary, goods in transit, marine, and a lot more. For further information, please call 2341-342-9161 or send an email to info@greatnigeriaplc.com. Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, for assured commitment.
It's 10 minutes to 8. Welcome to our commercial corner.
Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's a bowl of assurance.
As a big boy who dreams big and has an appetite for big things, I need a network that serves a meal as big as my appetite. That's why I've got myself a 4G SIM. With just 1,000 naira, I get 3 gigabytes. That's big fuel for my hustle and enjoyment. No darling, oh. Get your 4G SIM and start enjoying super fast internet everywhere in Nigeria. Visit the nearest MTN outlet and buy your 4G SIM to enjoy super fast internet everywhere you go.
Mama, brother, sister, coronavirus will be COVID-19. Make we not use and play, because if it keep person, coronavirus na very bad disease wey fit spread from one person go reach another one if we not dey careful. But what do we fit do to avoid them? Make sure say you dey wash your hand well with soap and water from tap for 20 seconds. Make you dey use hand sanitizer wey dem use alcohol make to take and rub your hand well. Make you make sure say you not dey touch your face or any person face or even hold anybody self. Always give people 1 meter or 3 feet gap. If you see say person dey cough or sneeze, make you take off from the person. But anytime you want cough or sneeze, make sure say you do am inside your elbow where you fold. If you come there like say you get fever, sore throat plus cough, and you come dey sneeze join, make you lock yourself inside house and care make you call 0800-9700-0010 and person go attend to you sharp. This message now from Coalition Against COVID-19, CACOVID.
ẹ gbọ́ kí ló wà nínú ká fi tìpátìkúùkù bóbìnrin lò pọ̀ ewu ni o aburú ni àbùkù sí ni kò dáa ọ̀nà tààrà dọ́gba ẹ̀wọ̀n sí ni ìbàjẹ́ ọjọ́ kan wọ́n ní ọ̀tán lógún ọdún o jáwọ́ nínú àṣà bí bá a kọ tàbí abo lò pọ̀ ní tìpátìkúùkù pàápàá àwọn ọmọbìnrin kéékèèké kò dáa rárá o má ti ṣẹ̀ sí òfin ọlọ́run àti tàwùjọ kí o má bàa kàndé nínú yọ má dán wò òfin bẹ jìyà sì wà lórí gbogbo ọ̀bàyéjẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin àti tamúlùdùn níjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ló ń ṣèkìlọ̀ pàtàkì yìí o.
The novel coronavirus COVID-19 has been ravaging several countries of the world, and there have been confirmed cases in Nigeria. Some of the symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, and dry cough. Some patients may have aches and pains, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, and diarrhea. To protect yourself from the virus, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Cover your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home if you feel unwell, even with a slight fever and cough. If you notice any of the symptoms, seek medical care early, but call by phone first. To reach the Oyo State Ministry of Health, call 080-3821-0122 or 080-2322-9267 or 00-7343-1342. It takes you and I to stop the spread of COVID-19. This message is from the Oyo State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Inclusion.
Àtótó àrèrè gbogbo olùgbé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbogbo ayé ló ti gbọ́ wọ́n sì ti mọ̀ nípa àrùn COVID-19 tá a tún mọ̀ sí coronavirus. Àrùn kárò ní yálé wa o àmọ́ ṣá o ó dáa ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó bá tọ́ lákòókò tó bá yẹ. Èyí gan ló fà á tó gbóǹtarìgì ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú ni ẹnjìníà Rẹ̀mí Òsénì ààrẹ àtolùdásílẹ̀ àjọ Rẹ̀mí Òsénì Foundation for Social and Economic Assistance Project ROFSIP tó fi ń ṣe gudugudu méjì àti yàyà mẹ́fà lójú náà ti dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn coronavirus láwùjọ wa. Ẹni tó bá nínú rẹ̀ yóò níwà rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ pínpín àwọn nǹkan dóòlà fáwọn èèyàn látọwọ́ ẹnjìníà Rẹ̀mí Òsénì tó wá ń gbà wá nímọ̀ràn láti tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà nípa fífọwọ́ wa lóòrèkóòrè. Ẹ jẹ́ dẹ́kun bíbọra ẹni lọ́wọ́ dídì mọ́ra ẹni ká sì yàgò fún wíwára ẹni lọ sílé nírúfẹ́ àsìkò tá a wà yìí. Ká ṣàmúlò àwọn nǹkan ìrawọ́ bíi hand sanitizer ká sì máa fi nǹkan bomú wa kàtàkété síbi tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn bá péjọ sí. Gbogbo mọ̀lẹ́bí àtàlábàgbépọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà tíjọba ti là kalẹ̀ fún wa lójú náà ti dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn coronavirus. Ẹnjìníà Rẹ̀mí Òsénì lónìí ẹ̀mí tó bá gùn ní sànyà ló fi dáa ká dènà ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn coronavirus.
Sometimes she be fashion designer.
The dress fits you well.
Another time, she be cook.
I just cook that soup with the totori you.
And when you know sabi, she be teacher.
You get am. Oh yeah, clap for yourself.
And to put Jara on top, she be your #1 supporters club.
Go Jimmy.
This one, now for our Male, the heart of our home. That's the why for 3 Crowns, we dey always help take care of mama.
3 Crowns milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù.
Kí ló ṣe ọ́?
Mo rò pé ọ̀dà náà ni.
Wọ́n èrò pé ní ìpàdé wa náà tí ẹ̀gbọ́n náà wọ́n lọ́ọ́ pàdé ni. Ìpàdé agbègbè tí ń ṣe lónìí.
Wọ́n lé kí ni. Owó tẹ́ ń bá ti dé ìbá ṣe pé wọn ò ní sẹ́lẹ̀ ní oògùn. Wọ́n ò bá tiẹ̀ ti ṣùgbọ́n mo kúkú fẹ́ fún kọ̀ sínú kí n kọ́kọ́ fún oúnjẹ sínú kíkùn mi.
Ní ọmọ jẹun àmọ́ mo fẹ́ mọ ohun tó dé gangan tó fi lọ pàdé wọn.
Wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́.
Kí ni tó fún mi?
Inú wọn ò kónú. Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù. Àìsanwó yín déédéé náà ni ọjọ́ lọ́dẹ ó dúró.
Èmi sanwó ẹ̀wọ́ dídì. Èmi sanwó tèmi ò mọ sanwó.
Mo sanwó ọtí ò sanwó mọ́ra wọn. Ìjọ ní kí o máa gbé òkùnjọ́ lẹ̀.
Èmi jẹ́ ẹ̀kún ọ́. Èmi o.
Èyí tó yẹ kí o jà lámọ̀ lórí náà ti bèrè kápẹ́ntà.
Ẹ kúkú mọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ èèyàn mo jẹ́. Bàbá òkè ògùn ẹ̀ sanwó.
Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù eré alárinrin tíátà Yorùbá ǹjẹ́ omi gbígbóná ahehe omi tútù ayàyà kò ṣeé mu kò ṣeé túlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wá dìkóríta mẹ́ta tí dààmú lé dààmú àlejò ẹ̀gbọ́n ìbò ni a yà sí Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù bí ó ti máa dé sétí ìgbọ̀nyìn lọ́jọ́ ajé Monday tó ń bọ̀ yìí lórí ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run BCOS Ìbàdàn ọgbà báago mẹ́wàá bá ti ń kù ṣẹ́jú mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún òwúrọ̀ 9:45 AM ìkóríta mẹ́ta ìdààmú onílé ìdààmú àlejò Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù àtúntẹ̀ rẹ̀ ni ó máa dé sétí ìgbọ̀nyìn lọ́jọ́ ẹtì Friday ọgbà báago mẹ́fà bá ti ń kọjá ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún ìrọ̀lẹ́ 6:15 PM Kọ̀ǹgọ́ọ̀lù ẹ kú ìtẹ́tílẹ́kọ̀ọ́.
ngwa genu ntumu nna anyị niile bi na Oluyole steeti ma ndị ọbịa bịara abịa anyị ma na ọ bụghị ihe ọhụrụ na ntị anyị na coronavirus abatago na Oluyole steeti ma bụrụkwa nrịarịa chọrọ imebisi udo na ọganihu nke dị na Oluyole steeti ma egwu atụrụ unu maka na nsogbu agaghị adị ma ọ bụrụ na anyị niile guzoro ụzọ ya ukwu n'isi ma nwekwa ike ime ihe ndị a niile ga-akọrọ unu ga-agbalị ya na-eji ncha na mmiri dị ụcha na-akwa aka were tishu pepa kpuchi imi gị ma ịchọ ịma uzere ma ọ bụ ịkwa ụkwara onye ọbụla ahụ na-ekpo ọkụ biko nye ya ohere nụrụ n'ụlọ gị ma nụrụkwa sọ gị ọ bụ na enwere oche ahụ na-eme gị n'ime ahụ emetụkwala aka n'imi gị anya gị ma ọ bụ n'ọnụ gị ọ bụ na aka gị adịghị ụcha nke ọma zerenụ mmakọ na ọgbakọ mmadụ ma ọ bụ ị na-aka ọ bụrụkwa na ị nwee ihe dị ka ụkwara nta oyi ahụ ọkụ isi ọwụwa iji ike eku ume ma ọ bụ izi uzere n'oge niile biko ma ọsịsọ ka ịkpọ isoro ekwentị ndị a nke onye isi ala Oluyole steeti wepụtara anyị 08095394000 08095863000 a sị na onye ọbụla ya na ekwensu na-erikọ ga-eji ngaji ọdụ ogologo ya mere Oluyole steeti COVID-19 task force ji wee sị ka anyị debe onwe anyị ụcha n'oge ọbụla.
Alhamdulilayi ilé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní kí gbogbo mùsùlùmí káfàtà kó ojúlọ́nà oṣù yọ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ Ramadan tọdún 2020 ojú gbogbo wa ní ó ṣe pẹ̀lú ìyọ́nú Allahu ṣùgbọ́n ti mọ tiwa nílé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pé ẹni abálábà ní baba nídìí àránṣẹ́ ẹ̀sìn la ṣe wá ń pe gbogbo wa wípé ó tún ti yá o kájọ ṣiṣẹ́ àṣegbọrẹ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá wa nínú oṣù lámúlánà ọdún yìí àti pìyàmọ́ ètò sílẹ̀ lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan wá sí àwẹ̀ tafsir èrò pípé ìkíni lákòókò àwẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń fẹ́ sí ló ṣe wà ńlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wa nílé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wákàtí kan 30 ìṣẹ́jú 15 bó sì jẹ́ ìṣẹ́jú 5 lẹ́yìn lè gbé lẹ́jẹ̀ wọ́n lórí tẹlifíṣọ̀n àbí rédíò Oluyole FM 98.5 ẹ ṣáà ti kàn sí wa ní room 110 ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ pè 08126 08126906777 nọ́mbà alága ìgbìmọ̀ àwẹ̀ Ramadan ti ilé akéde ọdún yìí nìyẹn o intanṣọ́rọ́lá yanṣọ́rọ́kù.
Oluyole FM alóore tètò tìròyìn Oluyole FM àgbà tó tágbà á dà láwùjọ iléeṣẹ́ agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tó tẹ́yìn erin fan ìtàkùn Oluyole ọ̀fẹ́ hò kó tó lọ́bìrì pàkálẹ̀ kálẹ̀ kákó Oluyole FM tó dàgbà nímọ̀ tó ń fi ọgbọ́n àgbà gbàngbà sọ́n gbogbo lágbàlagbà tá a fi ń ta gbogbo ẹlẹgbẹ́ wa yọ Oluyole FM 98.5 gbogbo gitẹ́lẹ́gbèje wa bá ti fọwọ́ bà dídún ló ń dún.
gẹ́gẹ́ ní aago 8 lò ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́ lọ́kọ́sùkọ̀ ẹ máa gbádùn ẹ̀.
bójúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ ẹni o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí mi ò lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán yín ní tó lóko yín ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Oluyole FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Agbèpress ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
ní ìwé mímọ́ wí akíwa wípé àkú ojúmọ́ mọ́ lónìí tí ń ṣe ọjọ́ ajé àkọ́kọ́ nínú oṣù tuntun tó tún wá ń ṣe ọjọ́ àkọ́kọ́ nínú ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ tuntun mo gbà ládùúrà wípé pẹ̀lú ìròyìn ayọ̀ eléyìí tá a gbọ́ ní àwọlé sùn lálẹ́ àná nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
ìròyìn ayọ̀ ni o ìròyìn ìdùnnú ìròyìn tó yẹ pé ó sì mú èèyàn sun èèyàn tó falala.
sunrun ayọ̀.
èèyàn sunrun fọkànbalẹ̀.
ọkàn èèyàn wá balẹ̀. ní wóró àkókò wóró aago tí ìròyìn ń wọ orí afẹ́fẹ́ tó bọ́ sí orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára.
Fúnkẹ́ ńgbà tí mo rí i tó wọ orí afẹ́fẹ́ inú mi dùn mo fò sókè.
àṣé
ìtura dẹ̀ dé bá mi.
àṣé
mo sì mọ̀ wípé bó ṣe ṣe mí ló ṣe é ló ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
tó o bá tètè sùn mo mọ̀ wípé bí nǹkan bíi aago 12 kù bí ìṣẹ́jú belenja ni ìròyìn ń gun orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ni ó ti sùn.
òkú àìsàn
iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe yìí náà ni àmọ́ ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ó ní mo rí àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ wọn lẹ́yìn ọ̀sọ́kà bó ṣe lè jẹ́ pé orúkọ ọjọ́ ni
tí wọ́n sì ń fi ìdùnnú àtayọ̀ wọn hàn gómìnà wa dúpẹ́
lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè tí wọ́n rẹ ilé ẹkùn tó bọ̀.
Fúnkẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ wa tọpẹ́ ó jọ ọpẹ́ lọ.
ó wá ṣe kòǹgẹ́ ọpẹ́ nígbà tí ní ọjọ́ Tuesday ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá mo sọ nígbà tèmi àti Dékúnlé tí a fẹ́ ka ìròyìn yìí tí ní alẹ́ náà la gbọ́ ròyìn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o ọwọ́ alẹ́ ni o ọwọ́ alẹ́ ni o.
nígbà tá a wá dórí ètò ní àárọ̀ ọjọ́ Tuesday mo wá sọ gbólóhùn kan ò ní gbólóhùn òní.
rán mi létí.
mo sọ fún Ọlọ́run mo ní pé wọ́ọ́lá dáadáa kan ṣoṣo tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹnjìníà Ṣèyí Mákindé ti ṣe fún àwọn ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lọ́nà kan tàbọ́nà míì wò wọ́n sàn ní kíákíá.
mo rí ẹ̀kọ́ tó pọ̀ kọ́ lára gómìnà wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ torí pé kété tí àwọn ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ yìí gbọ́ nípa ìròyìn yẹn ni wọ́n ti wọlé àdúrà.
àwọn míì gbààwẹ̀ àwọn míì ṣe wọ́n ń ṣe àdúrà lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára.
wo iléeṣẹ́ wa lọ́sàn-án lóru pẹ̀lú àdúrà.
àwa dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
ọpẹ́ ní fọlọ́run. àdúrà wo ìjà sásán.
wípé ẹnu ọpẹ́ wa ò kan.
ọpẹ́ ní fọlọ́run.
Olúwa ò ṣe.
Olúwa ṣe.
àwa fi ti ìdùnnú tó ṣubú layọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àfiọlá rẹ̀ tọrọ fún gbogbo àwọn yòókù lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ni nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ni ní káàkiri àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó wà ní orílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà tó fún wa àgbáláyé.
tí wọ́n wà nípò yìí tàbí àwọn tó jẹ́ pé àìsàn yẹn ti kọlù tó ń bá wọn fínra lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run á wò wọ́n sàn.
Ọlọ́run wo orí afẹ́fẹ́ ta ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
òróró òtura ìwòsàn Ọlọ́run á dálé wọn lára.
àṣẹ Ìdùmarè elétí ọ̀fẹ́ lè tó akínyín káàárọ̀ ṣe dáadáa lají aṣáàkú ti gbélé yìí àpò ọwọ́ ẹni ó jáde láyọ̀ kò sí ní òbó lè kíyàn.
o rí oríṣiríṣi oríkì tí wọ́n fún coronavirus ni mo dẹ̀ ń dá rẹ́rìn ẹ̀rín dẹ̀ ń pa mí.
àpò ọwọ́ lómi ti kòró yìí ẹsẹ̀ ó jáde láyọ̀ láṣẹ Ọlọ́run.
oríṣiríṣi oríkì
àwọn ọmọ
oríṣiríṣi orúkọ.
sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò bá ti níṣẹ́ kò sí téèyàn ò lè dán lára ó tún wá rí oríṣiríṣi nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ń dá lára ẹlòmíì ni wọn ó gbóríṣiríṣi fọ́nrán jáde lọ ẹ̀rọ ayélujára yìí kò tiẹ̀ wá jẹ́ kí ìṣèdè.
ṣó wá rí ìkọkànsókè tí ó ti wà lára àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú oríṣiríṣi tí èèyàn ń rí lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára oúnjẹ kó wà torí pé tó bá rí mi Fúnkẹ́ èèyàn á dẹ̀ rẹ́rìn pé irú àwọn èèyàn wo rèé tó gbérù nǹkan báyìí sí orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára.
elétí ọ̀fẹ́ náà ni ètò lólúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 ẹ ti mọ̀ pé àwa yìí kan náà ni bí ẹ̀dẹ́ ajílété FM 92.1 tó bá sì jẹ́ pé òkè ogun FM 96.3 lẹ́tì gbọ́ wa ẹ̀ bà wá ń bẹ̀ déédéé báyìí òun náà ni àwa ní orí ẹ̀rọ Facebook àti àwọn ẹ̀rọ ayélujára gbogbo yòókù àwa náà kọ́ ò Ọlọ́run ọba ló ń fún wa ṣe akíwa wípé akú tọrọ ìlú Elédùmarè yóò bá wa dá ọwọ́ gbogbo àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn yìí dúró afẹ́fẹ́ bí òsì ní fẹ́ lù wá kò ní fẹ́ lu ẹni tí ó kàn wá gbogbo àwọn tó sì ti kàn lù Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè yóò fún wọn lálàáfíà ọ̀rọ̀ yín pàdé yín tòótọ́ Fúnkẹ́ Táíwò Ọláoyè mo kì í pé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o.
bákan náà lèmi náà ń kí wa pé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yín ètò wa ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé tọ́nìkì wa àràárọ̀ òun ni ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́ níkànnì yìí èèyàn 98.5 FM tí ṣe Oluyole FM l'Íbàdàn.
Bàbá bẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá bẹ̀ ní o àwa làgbà. Àti Ajílété FM 92.1 tó fi mọ́ Òkè Ògùn FM 96.3. Kò síbi tẹ́ ẹ yí sí tẹ́ ẹ bá wa pàdé. Àti dé báyìí tí ń kàn ní kẹ́ ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé tàbí kẹ́ ẹ fìdílé nǹkan tinú adé Àtọ́yọ̀sóyè ló ń kí yín káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Àtọ́yọ̀sí something.
Ìwọ ló mọ̀.
Ẹ sì mọ̀ wípé kókó náà ni a fi máa ń ṣíde ètò àwọn kókó eléyìí tí a kójọpọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí àwọn rèé o ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ yẹ̀ wọ́n wò lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì. Àrírú eléyìí rí Yorùbá ní ẹrù la fi ń dábọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ o páropáro ni àwọn ilé ìjọsìn gbogbo dá lánàá tí í ṣe ọjọ́ ìsinmi ìmọ̀ ọ̀pẹ tá a mọ̀ sí Palm Sunday pẹ̀lú bí àwọn aṣáájú ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi ṣe ṣèsìn ìmọ̀ ọ̀pẹ ọ̀hún láì rẹ̀yẹ̀ ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì.
Lórí àti kápá àrùn COVID-19 àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ti kìlọ̀ fúnjọba àpapọ̀ pé kó má dá láṣà o kó sì má daṣọ ọrú ẹ̀ ṣòro láti ké sí àwọn onímọ̀ ṣègùn láti ilẹ̀ China wá kápá àrùn kòrónà nílẹ̀ yìí.
Ọmọdébìnrin ẹni ọdún 10 wà lára àwọn èèyàn 5 tó ti gbádùn dáadáa lára àwọn tó lárùn COVID-19 nípínlẹ̀ Èkó.
Trump kìlọ̀ lórí ọṣẹ́ tó le tí yóò lágbára tó wà níwájú pẹ̀lú bí àjàkálẹ̀ kòkòrò àrùn tó gbayé kan tó ń pa kúkúrú tó ń pa gúngùn ṣe ti gbẹ̀mí ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà 60 èèyàn.
Ó ti dèèyàn 29 tó ti padà sílé kó wá wọn lára àwọn tó lárùn COVID-19 nípínlẹ̀ Èkó pẹ̀lú bó ṣe dèèyàn 2 dárùn ọ̀hún ti ṣekú pa nípínlẹ̀ náà báyìí.
Àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè 3 já láìsí nípasẹ̀ àrùn coronavirus nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà.
Gómìnà Oyètọ́lá ní ààrẹ ní àkọ́kọ́ tó lárùn COVID-19 nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti yá o ó sì ti padà lọ sílé.
Ó ti pẹ́ jù o kíjọba àpapọ̀ tó jí gìrì sí ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 àwọn ọ̀jìnì onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ló wí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Onírúurú àwọn ohun èlò fẹ́tò ìlera eléyìí tó lè fẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn eléyìí tí wọ́n ń lò lókè òkun ló ti wà níbùdó tí wọ́n ti máa ṣètọ́jú àwọn tó bá kó àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn eléyìí tó wà lólódó nìbàdàn.
Ilé aṣòfin kejì ilẹ̀ yìí ń béèrè fún pípèsè iná ọba lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fódìdí oṣù 2 fún àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
Ìbárí ajẹ́jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run ó jẹ́ orí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ìbárí ajẹ́jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Kò sí tọ́lọ́run ò lè ṣe.
Ṣébi ti yún ṣébi tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí.
Kò sí tọ́lọ́run ò lè ṣe.
Ìsókè ìsókè.
Lábàámọ̀ ló náà bá lọ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́.
Bẹ́gbẹ́ ẹnìkan ní òun o ńgbà wọn ní kí gbogbo èèyàn ó gbélé àwọn kan sì tún ń paná ṣáwọn lọ bí iṣẹ́ ni wọ́n ti ń lọ paná ebi wọn ní gbogbo wọn
ṣebí wọn ní amọ̀ jáde ni
ebi wọn ní àjòkò
kí wọ́n rapala débẹ̀ fún
kí wọ́n ń paná fún. Bẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn oníṣègùn òyìnbó nílẹ̀ yìí ṣe ń yarí mọ́jọba àpapọ̀ lọ́wọ́ pé àwọn ò fẹ́ kókó àwọn dókítà kankan wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láti ilẹ̀ China náà lẹ́gbẹ́ TUC ń fojú láìfí wo ìgbésẹ̀ ìjọba àpapọ̀ náà.
Àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì nípínlẹ̀ Plateau dúnkòkò àti daṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ nítorí àìsí àwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò fún wọn.
Odidi èèyàn 18 ni wọ́n tún rí tó lárùn coronavirus lára lánàá pẹ̀lú bí àpapọ̀ iye àwọn èèyàn tó lárùn ọ̀hún lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà ṣe ti di 2,208 báyìí.
Àwọn ẹlẹ́wọ̀n 4 já láìsí lásìkò rògbòdìyàn tó bẹ́ sílẹ̀ lọ́gbà ẹ̀wọ̀n Kaduna lórí ìbẹ̀rùbojo ìtànkálẹ̀ coronavirus.
Àjọ SARAP rọ ìjọba àpapọ̀ àti báńkì CBN láti nà tán lórí bí wọ́n ṣe ń ná àwọn owó ìrànwọ́ tí wọ́n ń rí gbà fún àrùn COVID-19 tí wọ́n ṣàpé owó ní bojú ọ̀rẹ́ jẹ́.
Lórí ti COVID-19 náà ni o gómìnà Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn gbóríyìn fún ọmọdébìnrin ọmọ ọdún 9 kan fún bó ṣe dá sí owó ìrànwọ́ àti gbégun COVID-19 lẹ̀ àti ìtọ́jú fáwọn tó lùgbàdì COVID-19 pẹ̀lú 1,50 náírà ọmọdébìnrin.
Tinúadé orílẹ̀ ayé rẹ ọmọ rẹ.
Arítẹnumọ̀ wí.
Tinúadé
kí ló dé tó mọ̀ ń bẹ́
orílẹ̀ ayé rẹ.
Èló níjẹjọ ó ní àjọ ń bira wa wípé nínú owó oṣù ẹ o èló ló fẹ́ filẹ̀ láti fi ṣe ìrànwọ́.
Èmi wá sọ wípé mi ò lè ṣe ìlérí tí mi ò ní mú ṣẹ.
Èmi náà wá sọ
wípé èmi ò ní yé polongo ìlànà táwọn èèyàn ó fi lè dáàbò bo ara wọn lójoojúmọ́ lóòrèkóòrè.
ní ìtajọ́ ṣe èmi náà wá sọ fún ẹ pé tí Ọlọ́run bá bùkún mi tí mo rí owó yẹn báyìí màá ṣàánú. ìbùkún ọlọ́run mo ṣe é létí mo sì mọ̀ pé yóò wọlé tọ̀ mí wá láìpẹ́ láìjìnà èní ọjọ́ ajé ò bá mi gbé àwa mi rí
yóò ti wá mi rí torí pàṣẹ yóò ṣe mí
a fi ibùgbé mi a fi ṣe ibùgbé àti ọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀
ọmọnú rẹ
kà á síwájú
ọmọnú rẹ kó tiẹ̀ tilẹ̀ gbé kókó 1,000 naira ọmọnú rẹ
èló ló dá sí i
ọmọnú rẹ
o tí gbọ́ròyìn nípa kòrónà látìgbà tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kà á síwájú fún mi jàre.
onírúurú àwọn lókọ tó fi mọ́ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ lájọ ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní nawọ́ ìrànwọ́ síjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ náà fárùn COVID-19 yìí.
abẹ́ gbọ́ ìpèníjà tó ń kojú náà bá ń dúnkokò mọ́ ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan akitiyan àti kápá COVID-19 aṣojú àjọ ọ̀ṣọ̀kan àgbáyé ló wí bẹ́ẹ̀.
ṣé wọ́n ní òfin tó mẹ́lẹ̀ àánú ló mẹ́lẹ́gún àwọn ọlọ́pàá náwó gan Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé fún pé ó ṣe àwẹ̀jẹwẹ̀mú fún ọkọ rẹ̀ lákòókò ìsíde tó wà lóde yìí.
kò dáa tó nírú àsìkò yìí láti já láìsí o àwọn tó ń kan pósí ló wí bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bí òkú èèyàn ṣe ń fojoojúmọ́ pọ̀ sí níbùdó ìgbókùsí.
Ọlọ́run ọ̀kan lára àmì ẹ̀ pọ̀ ọ̀kan lára àwọn aṣòfin àgbà ilẹ̀ ìfárígá tinú adémọ̀gbọ́ o ó lóun ò lówó kankan tóun ó yọ̀ǹda lára owó oṣù tòun fúnjọba o lórí àrùn coronavirus torí pé bùkátà náà ń bẹ lọ́rùn tó náà odidi ìyàwó 4 àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ lòun ní sílé ó wá sọ pé kí iléeṣẹ́ aṣọ́bodè ilẹ̀ yìí náà kó àwọn àpò rẹsì àti àwọn nǹkan míì tí wọ́n ti gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn onífàyàwọ́ síta láti máa rí nǹkan ọ̀rọ̀ aráàlú lákòókò yìí orí tó gbélé.
èyàn náà dá nígbà bùkátà bá wa wọ ọ̀yàn lọ́rùn èyàn ò tó èyàn ò gbọ́dọ̀ pera rẹ̀
èyàn sì fúyẹ́ kó ló wúwo.
ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ nìyẹn. a ti rí àwọn tá a fura sí pé wọ́n ní àrùn coronavirus lára àwọn ilé ìwòsàn àdáni kan nílùú Èkó ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
gómìnà Fáyẹmí ṣèlérí láti ná gbogbo owó ìrànwọ́ tán bá rí lórí àrùn COVID-19 yìí lọ́nà tó tọ́ àti eléyìí tó yẹ.
mo mọ̀ pé wọ́n ṣe ààrẹ Buhari darí ni o pé kó fọwọ́ sí yíyan ẹlòmíín sípò mi alága iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣètò àkóso dúkìá ọ̀mọ̀wé Muiz Banire ló wí bẹ́ẹ̀.
yé sáré jẹ́ eléyìí mọ́ torí pé a fẹ́ kọjá lọ sí ẹ̀ka ìpolówó ọjà ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ kan nílẹ̀ yìí Fẹ̀mí Ìgbàgbọ́ sọ fún àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wípé gbogbo ìpèníjà eléyìí tó ń kojú orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà lọ́ọ́lọ́ báyìí kò mọ̀ ní pẹ́ dìtàn Ọlọ́run gbọ́.
gbogbo èèyàn Ìbàdàn òun tẹ̀ ń wá lọ sílùú Èkó ti wà ń Ìbàdàn báyìí o Lee-Cut Garment Factory ó ti gúnlẹ̀ sí Ìbàdàn fún aṣọ iléèwé àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níléèwé wa gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ sí ni àtàṣọrẹ́ ìdárayá sport wears for school uniform àtàwọn aṣọ fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilé ìwòsàn lórí àwọn aṣọ fún ilé ìjọsìn fún ilé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá àtàwọn lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ àrọ́wọ́tò rẹ̀ ló wà ní Ìbàdàn laboratory coats and academic costumes for institution and university t-shirt and polo shirt fẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́jẹgbẹ́ àti lájọlájọ kò sí irú rẹ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ tí ilé iṣẹ́ Lee-Cut Garment Factory ò lè ṣe jáde printing and embroidery in large quantity Lee-Cut Garment Factory ló ń pèsè rẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀ Lee-Cut Garment Factory iléeṣẹ́ tó ní irinṣẹ́ ìgbàlódé tìlú rẹ̀ wọ́pọ̀ ń bàdàn bẹ̀ wọ́n lọ́wẹ̀ lónìí kọ́ gbaṣẹ́ rẹ̀ lọ́la ni àwọn náà sì gbówó lé o ó lè pè wọ́n náà lórí ohun tó fẹ́ lò fún Lee-Cut Garment Factory wà ní 360 degree innovation building Akala express off new garage Ìbàdàn fún àlàyé pé 0032014009 0032014009 Lee-Cut Garment wọ́n bóde mu wọ́n kájú ẹ̀.
يا رمضان هلي هلالك يا رمضان حنا صوامك يا رمضان نور علينا يا رمضان.
alhamdulilayi ilé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní kí gbogbo mùsùlùmí káfàtà kó ojúlọ́nà oṣù yóò ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ Ramadan tọdún 2020 ojú gbogbo wa ní ó ṣe pẹ̀lú ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ṣèbẹ́ tí mo ti wà nílé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pé ẹni abálábà ní baba nídìí àránṣẹ́ ẹ̀sìn la ṣe wá ń pe gbogbo wa wípé ó tún ti yá o kájọ ṣiṣẹ́ àṣegbọrẹ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba tó dá wa nínú oṣù lámúnánà ọdún yìí àti pínyàmọ́ ètò sílẹ̀ lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan wá sí àwẹ̀ tafsir èrò pípé ìkíni lákòókò àwẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń fẹ́ sí ló ṣe wà nílẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wa nílé akéde ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wákàtí kan 30 ìṣẹ́jú 15 bó sì jẹ́ ìṣẹ́jú 5 lẹ́yìn lè gbé lẹ́jẹ̀ wọ́n lórí tẹlifíṣọ̀n àbí rédíò Olúyọ̀lé FM 98.5 ẹ ṣáà ti kàn sí wa ní room 110 ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ pè 08126
08126906777 nọ́mbà alága ìgbìmọ̀ àwẹ̀ Ramadan ti lé akéde ọdún yìí nìyẹn o. Intansurula Yansurukun.
Ramadan Kareem.
Ilé tí ọ̀fẹ́ máa rè o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni elétò ọ̀fẹ́ òun náà ni ìròyìn akínyìn wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ padà nígbà tá a ṣíde lẹ́ẹ̀kan gbogbo ohun tí à ń kì í tá à ń sá lórí ti ìdúpẹ́ tá a fi ṣíde òun náà ni pé Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè ó ti fún gómìnà wa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹnjìníà Ṣèyí Mákindé lálàáfíà lórí ti àrùn coronavirus tí àyẹ̀wò fi ìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá pé wọ́n ní
pé wà lára wọn.
àmọ́ àyẹ̀wò méjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tó tún ti wá ṣe lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà ètí èsì rẹ̀ jáde ní òru mọ́júmọ́ àárọ̀ yìí jẹ́ ká yé wa wípé
kò sí tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ o.
ó ti kúrò lára gómìnà.
lára gómìnà.
ìdí tá a ṣe fi ohun ọpẹ́ wọlé lórí ìròyìn elétò ọ̀fẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
kéku lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gbọ́ kó sọ fún tòkó báyìí pé gómìnà wa nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Ṣèyí Mákindé ti yege ó sì ti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ àrùn coronavirus.
kódà
tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lára wọn mọ́.
ẹni tí ó bá lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti wo àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ eléyìí tí gómìnà fi sí orí ẹ̀rọ Twitter wọn ní àṣálẹ́ àná wọ́n dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba pàápàá jùlọ lọ́wọ́ tìkéré ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tí wọ́n fi àdúrà ran àwọn lọ́wọ́ tọ̀sán tòru látìgbà tí ìròyìn ti gbé wípé àwọn ní kòkòrò coronavirus lára bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n sì jẹ́ kó yé àwọn èèyàn pé lónìí olóòní tí ń ṣe ọjọ́ ajé Ọlọ́run àwọn ò wọ̀ṣẹ́ padà ó bá já sọpẹ́.
ọpẹ́ ní fọ́lọ́run.
sínú adé.
mò ń gbọ́ ẹ Fúnkẹ́.
àbọ̀ ọmọ gbọ́ ni àní àáfàá jóná àwọn kan tún ń béèrè irùngbọ̀n àní à ń kì í à ń sá àwọn ará ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun láwọn ò mẹ́ni ó kù o níṣẹ́ ni àwọn ọmọ lẹ́yìn Kristi nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tarapòrò lánàá ọjọ́ Sunday pẹ̀lú bí òfin gbélé-jókòó ìséde àpàpàǹdodo yìí kò tiẹ̀ jẹ́ kí wọ́n lóore ọ̀fẹ́ láti sàmì ọjọ́ Sunday mọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn kìrìsìtẹ́nì tó bá àwọn akọ̀ròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá nílùú Òṣogbo ni ó dùn àwọn gidigidi pé àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 yìí kò jẹ́ kí àwọn ó lè yáyọ Sunday mọ̀ọ́pẹ́ lánàá tí ń ṣe Palm Sunday eléyìí tí ń ṣe Sunday tó kángun sí Sunday àjíǹde Jésù Kristi àyájọ́ ọjọ́ Palm Sunday yìí sì ni Sunday tí Jésù Kristi olùgbàlà aráyé gùn kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ wọ Jerusalem lọ àyájọ́ ọjọ́ àná ọ̀hún sì ni àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi máa ń fi mọ̀ọ́pẹ́ ṣe oríṣiríṣi àrà sára wọn arábìnrin Fúnkẹ́ Òjó tó fi àìdùnnú rẹ̀ ọ̀hún àwọn akọ̀ròyìn ní ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ rèé o látìgbà tóun ti délé ayé tí wọn ò ní ṣe àyájọ́ ọjọ́ ìmọ̀ọ́pẹ́ torí pé àṣẹ ìṣèdè tó wà lóde báyìí kò jẹ́ kí ilé ìjọsìn àwọn ó ṣí lánàá tí wọ́n sì ti wọ́gi lé ayẹyẹ àyájọ́ Palm Sunday náà pẹ̀lú. bákan náà ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Peter Ọláyẹmí ní àyájọ́ ọjọ́ ìmọ̀ọ́pẹ́ jẹ́ ọjọ́ kan tínú òun máa ń dùn jùlọ pẹ̀lú onírúurú àrà tí àwọn èèyàn máa ń fi mọ̀ọ́pẹ́ dá láwọn ilé ìjọsìn gbogbo torí pé ó jẹ́ ọjọ́ kan tí àwọn ọmọ ìjọ Catholic kì í fi ìsìn rẹ̀ ṣeré rárá àmọ́ ó ṣeni láàánú pé rírò ní tèèyàn o ṣíṣe ní tọlọ́run ọba àrùn coronavirus kò jẹ́ kí àwọn onírúurú ètò alárinrin eléyìí tó máa ń wáyé ní àyájọ́ ọjọ́ ìmọ̀ọ́pẹ́ kókò lánàá kó wáyé lọ́dún yìí jákèjádò àgbáláyé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Augustus Okafor ní gbogbo ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi jákèjádò àgbáláyé kò ní gbàgbé ọdún 2020 yìí láéláé o pẹ̀lú bí àrùn coronavirus ṣe jẹ́ kí gbogbo nǹkan dẹnu kọlẹ̀ fún ayẹyẹ ọdún àjíǹde Jésù Kristi.
àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kan ti ń kọ́kàn sókè o tí wọ́n sì ti ń ké síjọba àpapọ̀ pé àníṣe àwọn ò fara mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ò fọwọ́ sí ìgbésẹ̀ tíjọba ilẹ̀ fẹ́ gbé nípa kíké sí àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ onímọ̀ ṣègùn 18 láti ilẹ̀ China wá sórílẹ̀-èdè yìí wá ṣàtìlẹ́yìn ohun ìrànlọ́wọ́ fúnlẹ̀ wa láti kápá àrùn coronavirus ìyún kòkòrò àìfojúrí tó ń ṣokùnfà COVID-19 ìwòye ikọ̀ àwọn oníròyìn ilẹ̀ yìí fi hàn pé àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò lẹ́mìí ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé kankan nínú ìjọba ilẹ̀ China tí wọ́n sì ń rọ ìjọba àpapọ̀ láti sọ ṣe nípa lílọ kó ikọ̀ àwọn onímọ̀ ṣègùn wá láti ilẹ̀ China ní pàtàkì jùlọ pẹ̀lú bó ṣe jẹ́ pé láti orílẹ̀-èdè tí àrùn yìí ti dìde gan-an níjọba ti fẹ́ lọ kó àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ wá pẹ̀lú bí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn ọ̀hún ṣe ń gbalé gboko tí àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè sì ń tiraka àti gbọ́ ìtọ́jú. èéṣe tí ilẹ̀ China ṣe wá fira rẹ̀ sípò aṣáájú lágbàáyé nípa kíkó àwọn ohun èlò fún ìtọ́jú àrùn náà sílẹ̀ fáwọn orílẹ̀-èdè nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà àtàwọn orílẹ̀-èdè míì náà bíi Italy, France, Philippines, Spain, Iran àti ilẹ̀ Iraq tí ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè náà sì ti ń ṣàròyé pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun èlò àti irinṣẹ́ tí ilẹ̀ China fi ṣọwọ́ ni kò péye tó tí wọ́n jẹ́ gbàrọ̀gùdù táwọn orílẹ̀-èdè míì tiẹ̀ ń kọ ìrànlọ́wọ́ tí ilẹ̀ China láwọn fẹ́ fún wọn nípa fífi àwọn ikọ̀ onímọ̀ ìṣègùn ṣọwọ́ sí wọn. níbi ọ̀sẹ̀ kan sẹ́yìn lẹ́yìn tí ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà tẹ́wọ́ gba àwọn ohun èlò kan látọwọ́ olówó ọmọ ilẹ̀ China kan tó jẹ́ gbajúgbajà tórúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Jack Ma, mínísítà fẹ́tò ìlera nílẹ̀ yìí dókítà Osage Naire ṣàlàyé pé kò ní pẹ́ mọ́ táwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ nípa ìmọ̀ ìṣègùn 18 láti ilẹ̀ China yóò dé sórílẹ̀-èdè yìí láti wá ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún àti gbógun ti COVID-19 lọ́jọ́ ẹtì tó kọjá lọ yìí ni mínísítà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lásìkò tó ń bá àwọn ikọ̀ ojúlá kan fi ṣọ́rí lórí COVID-19 sọ̀rọ̀ nílùú Àbújá. ó ṣàfikún ẹ̀ pé òun ti gbọ́ nípa àwọn ohun èlò ìṣègùn tílẹ̀ China fẹ́ fi ṣọwọ́ nípasẹ̀ ikọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ China tó ní iléeṣẹ́ ajé lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí.
Bíbélì wípé bẹ́kún pẹ́ títí dalẹ́ ohun tó dájú ni pé ayọ̀ ń bọ̀ lówùúrọ̀. ọ̀rọ̀ ìwé mímọ́ yìí ni ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn Kristi nílẹ̀ yìí kan ẹni ọ̀wọ̀ Samson Ayọ̀kúnlé fífi ọkàn àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí balẹ̀ wípé kò ní pẹ́ mọ́ o tí gbogbo ìpèníjà tó ń bọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà fúnra yóò fi di ohun àfìsẹ́yìn tẹ́gùn fiṣọ tóun gbogbo yóò sì padà bọ̀ sípò lórílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà níbi ìsìn orin afẹ́fẹ́ níbi ìsìn orí afẹ́fẹ́ eléyìí tí ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ kan ọ̀hún báwọn kìrìsìtẹ́nì ṣe lánàá ló gbé tẹnumọ́ wípé ọwọ́ gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìpadàbọ̀ sípò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wà o nípa rírí dájú pé oníkálukú ṣiṣẹ́ kárakára wọ́n sì ń gbé papọ̀ pẹ̀lú òótọ́ ọ̀nù torí pé olórí ogun tó ń fìyà jẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò ju òótọ́ tó sọnù láwùjọ wa lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe wí ẹni ọ̀wọ̀ Samson Ayọ̀kúnlé sọ pé gbogbo ayé ló mọ̀ wípé òótọ́ ló lè gbé orílẹ̀-èdè lékè òtítọ́ ọ̀hún tó sì nu orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà ló ṣokùnfà tètò ààbò tó mẹ́ẹ̀ òun náà ló bí ìwà ìjẹkújẹ tó wìn wá sí láwùjọ tó fi mọ́ onírúurú ìwà aláàbí tó gògò lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí láìṣe àní-àní àwùjọ tí wọ́n bá gbé ń fi òótọ́ inú ṣohun gbogbo nídàgbàsókè tó lọ́rìn gbélé fojú hàn. ẹni ọ̀wọ̀ Samson Ayọ̀kúnlé ní gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gbọ́dọ̀ di Ọlọ́run mú ṣinṣin nírúfẹ́ àkókò tá a wà yìí o pẹ̀lú ìgbàgbọ́ wípé pẹ̀lú Olúwa ohun gbogbo ní ṣíṣe ó sì dájú wípé Olúwa yóò mú wa la àkókò ìpèníjà yìí kọjá àti pé ogun àjùmọ̀jà ní ọ̀rọ̀ ohun tó délẹ̀ yìí gbogbo èèyàn ló sì gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba nípa títẹ̀lé àwọn ìmọ̀ràn ohun àṣẹ tí wọ́n bá pa fún wa nítorí àǹfààní tìkẹ́rẹ́-tìkèrè náà sì ni ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ kan tún tẹ̀ máwọn èèyàn létí pé ẹ̀mí tó bá wà láyé ló lè sìngbà torí pé tẹ̀mí bá wà ìrètí ń bẹ kò ṣàìwá ran gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láti rí i dájú pé àwọn náà ń sa ipá wọn lójú méjèèjì láti gbógun ti àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 bákan náà ló gbóríyìn fún àwọn òṣèlétò ìlera fúnṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe lákòókò yìí tó fi mọ́ onírúurú àyàn tíjọba àpapọ̀ ń gbé gbogbo lọ́tún lọ́sì.
ààrẹ Donald Trump ti kìlọ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà pé kí wọ́n mọ́kànlé o kí wọ́n sì gbáradì fún àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn kòrónà tí yóò tún ṣọṣẹ́ nípa dídá ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀mí légbodò sí láwọn ọjọ́ díẹ̀ sásìkò yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe wí pé ní báyìí náà àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 ti dẹ́mi àwọn èèyàn tó tó 1,160 légbodò pẹ̀lú bílẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì náà kò ṣe ṣíraró láti kápá àrùn aborí kunkun ọ̀hún. ìròyìn jẹ́ kó nímọ̀ pé kò dín ní mílíọ̀nù kan àti igba èèyàn tó ti lùgbàdì àrùn gbẹ̀mígbẹ̀mí náà lágbàáyé tí èèyàn tó tó 1,165 sì ti jáláìsí lágbàáyé nípasẹ̀ covid-19 látìgbà tí àrùn corona ti bẹ́ sílẹ̀ nílẹ̀ China lópin ọdún tó kọjá. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọọ́lẹ̀ ṣe fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀, ó ní ó ṣeé ṣe kí ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí jẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀ tí yóò le tí yóò sì lágbára torí pé ó ṣeé ṣe kí àrùn ọ̀hún tún ṣọṣẹ́ ju tàtẹ̀yìnwá lọ. Ó ní àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 yìí ti ṣàkóbá tó pọ̀ fétò ọrọ̀ ajé lágbàáyé wípé ọ̀pọ̀ okòwò ló ti fara gbá pẹ̀lú bọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn kò ṣe lè jáde nítorí àrùn coronavirus nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà àti lọ́pọ̀ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè lágbàáyé.
ṣé wọ́n ní ají ṣe bí Ọ̀yọ́ láàrin Ọ̀yọ́ kì í ṣe bí bàbá ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan. Gbogbo àwọn ohun èlò tó lè mú kí ibùdó tí wọ́n ti máa ń tọ́jú àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn eléyìí tún wà ládùúgbò Olódó nígboro ìlú Ìbàdàn lọ́nà tó lè gbà bá òde òní mu tó sì tún lè jẹ́ kí ó fi ẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn eléyìí tí wọ́n ń lò láwùjọ àgbáyé ló ti wà níbùdó ọ̀hún báyìí o. Adelé alága ikọ̀ tó ń gbógun ti àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Alóńgẹ́ ló ṣàlàyé bẹ́ẹ̀ lásìkò tó ń bá àwọn akọ̀ròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Onírúurú àwọn ohun èlò fẹ́tò ìlera irúfẹ́ eléyìí tí wọ́n ń lò lókè òkun tí wọ́n lè máa rí lò láti fi ṣe ìtọ́jú onírúurú àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn tàbí àwọn kòkòrò tá a lè fojú rí ló wà níbùdó ọ̀hún pẹ̀lú oríṣiríṣi àwọn ohun èlò fẹ́tò ìlera ọ̀hún ni wọ́n sì fi hàn akọ̀ròyìn iléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS lásìkò ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ náà. Kódà odidi ẹ̀rọ afúnálágbára tá a mọ̀ sí transformer, ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá ńlá generator tó fi mọ́ ìpèsè iná látara ìtànsán òòrùn ló ti wà níbùdó ọ̀hún tí gbogbo rẹ̀ sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ bó ṣe tán àti bó ṣe yẹ. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Alóńgẹ́ fún pé odidi ẹ̀rọ táwọn tárùn yìí bá mú fi máa ń mí márùn-ún ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tá a mọ̀ sí ventilator ni wọ́n ń tún retí wípé wọ́n kó wá sí ibùdó yìí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí adelé alága ọ̀hún ṣe sọ, kò dín láàádọ́jọ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera tó finúfẹ́dọ̀ fara wọn jìn forúkọ sílẹ̀ láti ṣiṣẹ́ lójú ọ̀nà àti gbógun ti àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 yìí. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Alóńgẹ́ ní 100 àwọn elétò ìlera ni wọ́n ti dá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ dáadáa nígbà tí wọ́n ṣètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn 300 yòókù lọ́sẹ̀ tá a wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí.
Aṣojú orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà ní New York ọ̀gbẹ́ni Benaoyaga Okoye ti fìdí ikú àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè wa 3 tí wọ́n ń gbé nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà múlẹ̀ nípasẹ̀ ti àrùn corona tí ń jà bí iná inú ẹ̀rùn kiri àgbáyé ìtọ́dẹ̀mí wọn légbodò. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Okoye ń kéde bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tó fi síta nílùú New York. Ó ṣàlàyé pé ìkan lára wọn tó jẹ́ dókítà ìṣègùn láti ìpínlẹ̀ Abia kó àrùn ọ̀hún lásìkò tó wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ tó ń dòòlà ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn nílùú New York. Ó ṣàlàyé pé ẹnì kejì tó jẹ́ ẹni ọdún 25 torúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Basi Ofiong ti ṣe akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó wà ní ìpele àṣekágbá lẹ́ka tí wọ́n ti ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ níléèwé gíga fásitì ni wọ́n ti fi ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ tó ẹ̀ka ètò ìròyìn ilẹ̀ wa létí tẹ́lẹ̀. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Okoye ní ó jẹ́ ohun tó ṣe ni láàánú púpọ̀ láti kéde pé ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí 3 pàdánù ẹ̀mí wọn sọ́wọ́ covid-19 nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà. Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ ló jẹ́ ẹni 60 ọdún tí í ṣe Hajiya Laila Abubakar Ali láti ìpínlẹ̀ Kano tó já láìsí lọ́jọ́ 25 oṣù tó kọjá lásìkò tó ń gba ìtọ́jú lọ́wọ́ ní Lincoln Hospital nílùú New York. Ẹnìkejì ní Basi Ofiong ẹni ọdún 25 láti ìlú Calabar ti ṣe akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó wà ní ìpele tó kẹ́yìn lẹ́nu ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ láti fásitì Western Michigan ní Kalamazoo tóun náà dágbére fáyé lọ́jọ́ 22 oṣù tó kọjá ní Beaumont Hospital ní Royal Oak. Ó jẹ́ ohun tó ṣe ní láàánú pé dókítà ìṣègùn lẹ́nì kẹta ti ṣe dókítà Caleb Anya láti Ohafia nípínlẹ̀ Abia tó ń jáláìsí lásìkò tó ń dóòlà ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn lọ́wọ́ covid-19 lọ́jọ́ 1 oṣù tá a wáyé nílùú New York. Ní ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà tí wá kẹ́dùn pẹ̀lú orílẹ̀-èdè wa tí wọ́n sì mọrírì dókítà ìṣègùn tó bá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún rìn pẹ̀lú bí wọ́n ṣe tún kẹ́dùn pẹ̀lú àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí olóògbé yòókù lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ní ó mọrírì àwọn dókítà ìṣègùn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí tóun sì tún fògùn wọn gbárí pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ akin tí wọ́n ṣe láti fi dóòlà ẹ̀mí àwọn aráàlú nílẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà lọ́wọ́ covid-19 tó ń ṣòro bí àgbọn.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ èkó ọ̀gbẹ́ni babájídé sanwó-olú ni ó ti dèèyàn mọ́kàndínlọ́gbọ̀n tó ti gbádùn dáadáa tí wọ́n sì ti padà sílé kó wa wọn pẹ̀lú bí wọ́n ṣe tún dèèyàn 5 míì sílẹ̀ lára àwọn tí ọwọ́jà àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 bá lálejò nípínlẹ̀ èkó. Lára àwọn èèyàn 5 ọ̀hún torí tún kó yọ láti rí ọmọdébìnrin ẹni ọdún 10 kan ẹni tí gómìnà sanwó-olú sọ wípé wọ́n ti ṣàyẹ̀wò fún lẹ́ẹ̀mejì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ táyẹ̀wò náà sì fi hàn wípé kò sí kòkòrò àrùn coronavirus náà mọ́ lára rẹ̀. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ èkó ní pẹ̀lú bí àwọn ṣe ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run lápá kan fún àṣeyọrí tó ń fún àwọn ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àrùn covid-19 yìí náà ló tún ṣe ní láàánú wípé àrùn ọ̀hún tún gbẹ̀mí èèyàn míì pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ti di èèyàn méjì báyìí tárùn coronavirus mẹ́mí rẹ̀ lọ nípínlẹ̀ èkó pẹ̀lú bí iye àwọn tó ń kó àrùn yìí ṣe ń peléke sí lójoojúmọ́ tó sì fẹ́ jẹ́ kó dàbí àfiṣe fún ìpínlẹ̀ èkó. Síbẹ̀ gómìnà sanwó-olú ni kò séwu rárá o torí pé apá ọlọ́run ọba ka ohun tó wà ńlẹ̀ náà ṣọ́ ni yìnyínyìnyín kẹ́ni ṣèmí nígbà tí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ èkó dúpẹ́ gidigidi lọ́wọ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera tó ní wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ ọ̀hún tẹ̀mítẹ̀mí wá tẹnumọ́ wípé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ èkó kò ní kàárẹ̀ rárá o nínú ojúṣe rẹ̀ ní pé àyàn gbígbé ìgbésẹ̀ kánmọ́nkíá lójú ọ̀nà àti jẹ́ kí àwọn aráàlú máa gbé lálàáfíà àti wípé gbogbo àwọn tó wà láwọn ibùdó tó ń gbé ń tọ́jú àwọn tó ní àrùn covid-19 yìí tó ń gba ìtọ́jú ni yóò máa gba ìtọ́jú tó péye lójú ọ̀nà àti jẹ́ kí ara wọn ó tètè yá káwọn náà bá lè padà darí sí ilé kó wá wọn. Kò ṣàìwá rọ àwọn aráàlú láti yé dẹyẹ sí àwọn tárùn náà ti mú ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n ti gbádùn tí wọ́n sì ti padà sílé kó wá wọn. Lákòótán ibùdó eléyìí tó mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn nílẹ̀ yìí ti fi ẹnu ara rẹ̀ sọ wípé odidi èèyàn 10 míì lóyún ti kó àrùn yìí o èèyàn 6 míì ní lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ èèyàn 2 tún kó l'Àbújá èèyàn kan ní Kaduna bẹ́ẹ̀ ni èèyàn 2 míì ní nípínlẹ̀ Èdó eléyìí tó sọ àpapọ̀ iye èèyàn tó ti kó àrùn yìí lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà di 2,8 nígbà tí àwọn 23 ti gbádùn tí wọ́n sì ti padà sílé kó wá wọn tárùn covid-19 yìí sì ti gbẹ̀mí èèyàn 5 lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà.
Àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ̀nsì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí èyí kọ àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ̀nsì tó ga jùlọ nílẹ̀ wa ti ṣàlàyé pé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tíjọba àpapọ̀ gbé láti dẹ́kun ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 nílẹ̀ yìí ló jẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀ nǹkan ti bọ́wọ́ sórí tán kó tó di pé ìjọba ilẹ̀ yìí díyènú láti gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ lásìkò. Bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa ti kọ́ kéde ṣáájú pé òun ti gbáradì tó bó ṣe yẹ tóun sì ṣetán àti kànyè apá coronavirus tó bá fi ṣe ìṣìjà bí ìjì wọlé yìí wá láìsí sí ìgbésẹ̀ kan pàtó tó yẹ títí tí iye àwọn tó ń lùgbàdì rẹ̀ fi ń fojoojúmọ́ pelemọ́ sí i lẹ́yìn táyẹ̀wò fi hàn pé ọmọ ilẹ̀ Italy ni ti kó àrùn ọ̀hún ìyún lọ́jọ́ 17 oṣù kejì ọdún yìí wọ ilẹ̀ yìí wá. Ẹ̀yìn yìí ni ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ àti ti àwọn ẹnubodè gbogbo tó wọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tó fi mọ́ olú-ìlú ilẹ̀ wa ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn pa nípasẹ̀ àṣẹ tí ààrẹ Buhari pa. Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ náà ló ti àwọn ẹnubodè tó wọ ìpínlẹ̀ wọn pa tí wọ́n sì tún gbé àwọn ọjà ilé-ìwé ilé ìjọsìn mọ́ṣáláṣí àti àwọn bòmíì náà ti pa. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹgbẹ́ àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ̀nsì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ní àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ló yẹ kíjọba àpapọ̀ ti kọ́ gbé ṣáájú. Bákan náà ni wọ́n tún di ẹ̀bi ru ìjọba àpapọ̀ lórí bó ṣe kùnà láti tọpinpin báwọn àlejò tó ń dé láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè ṣe ń wọlé tó fi mọ́ àìtètè gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà láti fòfin de àwọn ọkọ̀ òfurufú tó ń wá sórílẹ̀-èdè yìí látàwọn ilẹ̀ òkèèrè bẹ́ẹ̀. Ààrẹ fẹ́gbẹ́ àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ̀nsì nílẹ̀ wa ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Mr. Onoa ṣàlàyé lásìkò ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò kan pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ nígbà tí nǹkan ti bọ́wọ́ sórí tán. Nígbà tẹ́gbẹ́ náà ń ṣàgbéyẹ̀wò ìjígìrì ìjọba àpapọ̀ sí ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn covid-19 lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Onoa ṣàlàyé pé ìjígìrì ìjọba àpapọ̀ náà ti pẹ́ jù tó sì ti falẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀nà. Àbá ti tètè jígìrì sí dídọdẹ ohun títọpinpin báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń wọlé láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè. Ó ní kì í ṣe àsìkò yìí tí kòrónà rápálá wọlé tán ló yẹ ká ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa sáré àsápajúdé láti kápẹ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé ìjọba ilẹ̀ wa mọ̀ pé ó dáa kéèyàn dènà àìsàn tàbí àrùn ju kó wọlé sí ni lára káwa máa wá oògùn tá yóò gbọ́ lọ. ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ọ̀nà ni ń ṣe ló dàbí pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ bẹ̀rù láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ nítorí àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè yìí nílẹ̀ wá rọ̀gbọ̀kú lé lórí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀nà. gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe wí pé ṣáájú àkókò yìí lẹ́gbẹ́ náà ti fi ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan àbá ṣọwọ́ síjọba àpapọ̀ kódà kó tó di pé ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà lákọọ́lẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 ó ní yàtọ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ọ̀pọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ ni kò ṣe ìpalẹ̀mọ́ kankan tí wọ́n fi ní àkọọ́lẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ ètò ní ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó.
Gómìnà Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ni ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tí wọ́n kófìrí àrùn COVID-19 lára rẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ló ti gbádùn o. táyẹ̀wò méjèèjì tí wọ́n ṣe fún padà sì fi hàn wípé àrùn ọ̀hún ti kúrò lágọ̀ọ́ ara òǹtọ̀hún. kódà gómìnà ní ẹni náà ti padà lọ sílé rẹ̀ níbàámu pẹ̀lú ìlànà tí àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ ibùdó tó mójútó àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn làálẹ̀ fún wọn. lánàá ni gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọmọlúàbí sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún lásìkò tó ń ṣàlàyé ibi tí nǹkan dé dúró lórí àrùn coronavirus nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. ó ṣe lálàyé pé díẹ̀ lára àwọn bíi 100 tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti Ivory Coast sípínlẹ̀ náà níwádìí fi hàn wípé ọmọ bíbí àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ bíi Ọ̀yọ́, Èkó, Ògùn, Imo, Ẹdó, Delta àti ìpínlẹ̀ Abia wà lára wọn. gómìnà Oyètọ́lá ní èèyàn 17 péré nínú àpapọ̀ àwọn èèyàn bíi 107 ọ̀hún láyẹ̀wò fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé wọ́n lárùn COVID-19 lára táwọn kan sì jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ míì nínú àwọn 17 ọ̀hún. àti wípé gbogbo àwọn 17 táyẹ̀wò ní àrùn coronavirus wà lára wọn ni wọ́n ti kó síbùdó tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ fáwọn tó lárùn ọ̀hún lára nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. gómìnà ní àwọn bíi 50 tí àyẹ̀wò fi hàn wípé ṣáká lára wọn dá kò sárùn coronavirus lára wọn ni wọ́n ti fà lé àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí wọn lọ́wọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe sọ. ó ní ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ 11 ló wà nínú wọn, 2 jọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, 1 jọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn àti ìpínlẹ̀ Imo, 3 jọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ẹdó àti ìpínlẹ̀ Abia, 4 jọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Delta nígbà tí àwọn 180 yòókù sì jọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. gómìnà ní gbogbo àwọn èèyàn yìí ni wọ́n ti gbà nímọ̀ràn láti máa tẹ̀lé gbogbo àmọ̀ràn tó rọ̀ mọ́ ìdáàbòbò ara ẹni lọ́wọ́ dídẹ́kun ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn yìí àti pé wọ́n tún lè pe àwọn elétò ìlera láago nígbà yòówù tí wọ́n bá kófìrí tàbí ṣàlàyé ohun tó ṣàjòjì lágọ̀ọ́ ara wọn.
ilé aṣòfin kejì ilẹ̀ yìí ti ní òun ti ń ṣàgbéyẹ̀wò àbá kan tí yóò rí sí pípèsè iná ọba lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fáwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láì san kọ́bọ̀ fún ìdí oṣù méjì láti fi mú àdínkù bá ipa tí wàhálà àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn kòrónà ní lára wọn. adarí ilé aṣòfin kejì ilẹ̀ wa ọ̀nàrẹ́bù Fẹ́mi Gbàjàbíàmílà ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta tó kọjá. ó ṣàfikún ẹ̀ pé àbá ọ̀hún tí lè ń gbèrò rẹ̀ yóò lè ṣèrànwọ́ tó pọ̀ fún àti bú ògo ètò ọrọ̀ ajé yọ ní pàtàkì jùlọ láwọn ẹ̀ka tí kì í ṣe tìjọba pẹ̀lú orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ṣe ń gbáradì fún dídagun ètò ọrọ̀ ajé lẹ́yìn tí a bá jagun àjàyè lórí coronavirus tán. adarí ilé aṣòfin kejì ilẹ̀ yìí ṣàlàyé pé àbá kejì nílé yóò ṣàgbéyẹ̀wò ẹ̀ ní kété tí ilé bá ti padà síjókòó ìsinmi èyí tó ní ilé lọ fún nítorí ìtàjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 gẹ́gẹ́ bí àtẹ̀jáde tí ilé fi síta lọ́jọ́ sátidé ṣe wí. tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nílé fi ìwọlé wọn sí ọjọ́ 7 oṣù tá a wà yìí ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú bí nǹkan ṣe rí yìí wọn yóò fi ọ̀sẹ̀ kan kún un níbàámu pẹ̀lú àṣẹ fìdímọ́lé ọlọ́sẹ̀ méjì tíjọba àpapọ̀ pa láti wáwọ́ ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 bolẹ̀. nílé aṣòfin àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí ni ọ̀nàrẹ́bù Gbàjàbíàmílà ti sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún lọ́jọ́ sátidé tó kọjá níbi ìpàdé kan tó wáyé láàrin àwọn aṣáájú ilé aṣòfin àpapọ̀ àti mínísítà fétò ìnáwó èèyàn Zainab Ahmad tó fi mọ́ olùdarí àgbà fún ọ́fíìsì tó wà fétò ìṣúná lábẹ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ èèyàn ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ben Akabueze àtàwọn míì náà. Gbàjàbíàmílà ṣàlàyé pé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kò gbọ́dọ̀ mọ́ palẹ̀mọ́ sílẹ̀ fún ipa tó ṣeé ṣe kò gbọ́dọ̀ mọ́ palẹ̀mọ́ fún ipa tó ṣeé ṣe kí wàhálà COVID-19 ní lórí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé wa. ó ṣàlàyé pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ti iná ọba ó ṣeé ṣe o kí ọ̀rọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó lè jẹ́ ọ̀nà dẹ̀rùn fún àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí ètò ní àbá láti má jẹ́ kóríta àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí nípa àti fún wọn ní iná ọba lò lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ kò ní pẹ́ di òun nítorí tí ìṣòro covid-19 tó ń bá wàá fínra lọ́wọ́ èyí tí ó ti ń ní ipa lára àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ó ní gbogbo ọmọ ilẹ̀ wa nàìjíríà ni yóò jẹ àǹfààní ọ̀hún tí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún bá di òun tán ó ṣàlàyé pé ti kéré ọmọ ilẹ̀ nàìjíríà ló lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí àǹfààní tó bá yẹ lábẹ́ òfin ìdí sì rèé táwọn fi ṣe ètò àǹfààní ọ̀hún ètò ní kò ní pẹ́ di òun nígbà tí iná ọba bá dúró re fódìdí oṣù méjì àwọn aráàlú yóò lè lo irú owó bẹ́ẹ̀ tó yẹ kí wọ́n san fún àjọ tó ń pín iná ọba kiri fún nǹkan míì tí ó sì mú ìdẹ̀rùn bá wọn tàbí kírú owó bẹ́ẹ̀ gbé àpò wọn fún nǹkan rere míì tí wọ́n lè fi ṣe.
káàbọ̀
ó jàre o ṣeun.
ìròyìn elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ló ń dé sí etígbọ̀yìn ní olúyọ̀lé fm 98.5 òkè ògùn fm 96.3 àti ní ajílété fm 92.1 ẹ máa bá wa bọ̀ torí wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá bá lọ ló bá kú. ilé ìwòsàn ńlá tìpínlẹ̀ èkó tó wà ládùúgbò ìkẹjà ni òun ti ya àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọ̀hún mẹ́ta kan tó tọ́jú ẹni tárùn coronavirus ṣekú pa sọ́tọ̀ níbi táwọn náà yóò gbégbá ìtọ́jú tó péye torí àbámọ̀ alága ìgbìmọ̀ olùgbanímọ̀ràn ìṣègùn òyìnbó lọ́gbà ilé ìwòsàn ọ̀hún dókítà ibrahim mustapha ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fáwọn akọ̀ròyìn lánàá nílùú èkó dókítà mustapha ní dókítà méjì àti nọ́ọ̀sì kan ló fara kínra pẹ̀lú ẹni tárùn coronavirus èyí ṣekú pa lọ́jọ́ kẹta oṣù yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe sọ ó ní ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ pé inú ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbé olóògbé náà wá sí ilé ìwòsàn ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera ọ̀hún gbé tọ́jú rẹ̀ kí ọlọ́jọ́ tó dé bíbẹ̀ bá kọ́ ni ẹni tí ó ti fara kínra pẹ̀lú olóògbé ọ̀hún kò bá pọ̀ gan ni ó ní lóòótọ́ ni àwọn elétò ìlera tó tọ́jú olóògbé yìí dáàbò bo ara wọn bó ṣe tọ́ àti bó ṣe yẹ síbẹ̀ ó ní àwọn sì gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀lé ìmọ̀ràn káwọn tó mójútó àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn nílẹ̀ yìí làálẹ̀ dókítà ibrahim mustapha kò ṣàwá fi ewé ọmọ mọ́ gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera létí pé kí wọ́n máa rántí ní gbogbo ìgbà wípé tíná bá jóni tó jọmọ ẹni tara ẹni làákọ́ gbọ́ ò fúdìí èyí kí wọ́n rí dájú pé àwọn náà ń dáàbò bo ara wọn lójú méjèèjì kí wọ́n bá wá ru ẹrù ẹlẹ́rù fàtiwọn dání lórí ohun tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí ẹ̀wẹ̀ kọmíṣánná fẹ́tò ìlera nípínlẹ̀ èkó ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n akin àbáyọ̀mí ní àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí olóògbé arákùnrin ẹni ọdún márùndínlọ́gọ́ta ọ̀hún ní kò nà tán rárá o fún àwọn elétò ìlera nípa ìrìn àjò olóògbé náà pé ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti òkè òkun ní nǹkan ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì sẹ́yìn ni àti pé lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ṣe àyẹ̀wò fún un látara àwọn àpẹẹrẹ tó farahàn lára rẹ̀ ni wọ́n tó wá mọ̀ wípé àrùn coronavirus ti kọ́lé sí olóògbé náà lára eléyìí tó sì jẹ́ kí ẹ̀mí rẹ̀ ó bọ́ lẹ́yìn bíi wákàtí bíi mélòó kan tí wọ́n gbé dé ilé ìwòsàn ọ̀hún.
elétí ọ̀fẹ́ lẹ́tọ̀ ètò létí ọ̀fẹ́ ó ń tẹ̀síwájú fúnkẹ́ àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì nípínlẹ̀ plateau ti dúnkòkò lọ́jọ́ sátidé tó kọjá yìí pé àwọn yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní woṣẹ́ níran ni o tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún bá fi kùnà láti pèsè àwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò rẹ ni tó yẹ fún wọn lórí akitiyan wọn láti dẹ́kun ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn kòrónà tá a túmọ̀ sí covid-19 ẹgbẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ nọ́ọ̀sì àtàgbẹ̀bí lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ẹ̀ka tìpínlẹ̀ plateau ló ṣàlàyé bẹ́ẹ̀ níbi ìpàdé àwọn oníròyìn tó wáyé nílùú jos alága fẹ́gbẹ́ náà arábìnrin briskila david ṣàlàyé pé gbogbo wa la mọ ewu àti ìjàmbá tó wà nínú àrùn gbẹ̀mígbẹ̀mí covid-19 ni yóò sì kù díẹ̀ káàtó lágbọn tìjọba láti má fi ẹ̀mí àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn wéwu láìsí àwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò tó yẹ fún wọn ó ní àwọn ti pinnu o láti ṣèraró láwọn ibùdó ètò ìlera tó fi mọ́ àwọn ilé ìwòsàn àtàwọn ibùdó ìyàsọ́tọ̀ tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún bá fi kọ̀ láti pèsè àwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò tó yẹ fún wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe wípé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ kò sí àwọn ohun èlò tàbí irinṣẹ́ ìdáàbòbò rẹ ni tó yẹ láwọn ilé ìwòsàn àtàwọn ibùdó tíjọba yà sọ́tọ̀ fún ìtọ́jú àwọn èèyàn tó bá fara káásá covid-19 táwọn sì ti pàṣẹ fáwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà láti má ṣe dásí aláìsàn yòówù tí wọ́n bá fura sí pé ó ní àrùn coronavirus lára láì jẹ́ pé àwọn nǹkan tí wọn yóò fi dáàbòra àwọn wà nílẹ̀ fún wọn àmọ́ gómìnà simon lalong ti ṣàpèjúwe ìdúnkokò àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀hún gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìgbésẹ̀ mọ̀kànmọ̀kàn. Olùdarí fọ́rọ̀ gbogbo tó jọ mọ́ ètò ìròyìn fún gómìnà ọ̀mọ̀wé Marcus Simeon Macham ṣàfikún ẹ̀ pé àìgbọ́ ojúlówó ìròyìn tó jẹ́ pé àhesọ ọ̀rọ̀ ohun ìròyìn òfegè tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ kiri ni wọ́n fi rò pé ìjọba kò pèsè àwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò tó tó fún wọn. ètò fi hàn pé àlàfo ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ wà láàrin wọn àtijọba. Ọ̀mọ̀wé Macham ní nípa tàwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò rẹ̀ ni ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Plateau ti ra 400 àwọn ohun èlò ìdáàbòbò rẹ̀ ni táwọn nọ́ọ̀sì àtàwọn òṣèré elétò ìlera nípìnlẹ̀ náà lè lò tí ìgbésẹ̀ àtirà lọ́pọ̀ sí nípìnlẹ̀ ọ̀hún sì tún ti ń lọ tí kò sì ní pẹ́ mọ́ tí wọn yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pín fáwọn ilé ìwòsàn àti àwọn ibùdó ìyàsọ́tọ̀ gbogbo. Ní báyìí àwọn 8 ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà tí wọ́n fura sí pé wọ́n ní àrùn kòrónà tí wọ́n sì fi wọ́n síbùdó ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. 4 lára wọn tí wọ́n ti parí ètò àyẹ̀wò ìyàsọ́tọ̀ fún ni wọ́n tún ti ṣàyẹ̀wò wọn tí wọ́n sì rí pé kò sí àrùn COVID-19 mọ́ lára wọn.
ẹ̀yin ará ilé mo fẹ́ kí ẹ kọ nọ́mbà yìí sílẹ̀ torí pé nọ́mbà tẹ́ ẹ fi lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti fi pè wá bó ṣe èèyàn kan àbí méjì lórí ètò yìí rèé 08055009850 lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 08055009850 kó tó di pé wọ́n wá ṣe ojú òpó ọ̀hún ẹ jẹ́ sáré jó ìròyìn yìí kí n jò mọ́ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. ṣé ni òfin tó mú ẹlẹ́hàá náà ló mú eléégún abálájọ tí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá nípínlẹ̀ Èkó ṣe náwó gan gbajúgbajà òṣèré tíátà ní Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé fún pé ó lóríláyà ṣe àwẹ̀jẹwẹ̀mu nínú ilégbèé rẹ̀ eléyìí tó tako òfin ìṣèdè tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó fi síta. Alukoro fún iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá nípínlẹ̀ Èkó ṣe lálàyé lánàá pé ibùdó tí wọ́n gbé ń ṣe ìwádìí ìwà ọ̀daràn tó wà ní pàǹtí ládùúgbò Yábà ni wọ́n wọ́ Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé lọ níbi tí yóò gbé lọ rèé ṣàlàyé ohun tó rí lọ́bẹ̀ tó fi gàrú ọwọ́. ṣé wọ́n ní kò sí bọ́bọ̀ ṣe ṣorí tí náà kí ó ṣe odidi ọkọ̀ ìpàráàrọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá 3 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló balẹ̀ síwájú agboolé ilégbèé rẹ̀ tó wà ládùúgbò Lẹ́kì Ẹ̀pẹ́ lánàá eléyìí tí wọ́n fi gbé Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Jennifer ẹni tó fi àwẹ̀jẹwẹ̀mu tó ṣe nínú ilégbèé rẹ̀ ọ̀hún níjẹta ọjọ́ sátidé yẹ ọkọ rẹ̀ tóun náà jẹ́ ẹni gba ojúmọ́ akọrin tàkàǹsùfèé Abdulrasheed Bello ẹni tí ọjọ́ ìbí rẹ̀ kò lọ́jọ́ sátidé sí lọ sí àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá. Lára àwọn ìlú mọ̀ọ́ká tó péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ìbí ọkọ Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé lọ́jọ́ sátidé ní ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn Malian Azeez Fáṣọlá tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Naira Marley. Ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ló sì ti ń fi àìdùnnú wọn hàn lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára láti ìjẹtàjọ sátidé fún àrúfin tí Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé wù náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gbajúgbajà òṣèré tíátà òní ló ti ń polongo pàrọwà sí àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tipẹ́tipẹ́ pé kí wọ́n dẹ́kun àwọn ọ̀ṣọ́ṣọ́ lákòókò yìí kí wọ́n sì mọ́rọ̀ ìmọ́tótó lọ́kùnkúndùn bó ṣe tán àti bó ṣe yẹ. Ó ṣe wá jẹ́ pé ohun yìí kan náà ni kò ṣe ohun tó ń gba àwọn èèyàn nímọ̀ràn lé lórí ló tojú sú ni. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ ṣé wọ́n ní àjẹ̀bí mámọ̀ ló ń kógun jàlú àti pé tí ẹlẹ́jọ́ bá ti mọ ẹjọ́ rẹ̀ lẹ́bi kò ní pẹ́ lórí ìkúnlẹ̀. Níṣe ni Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé ń rawọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí àti fúnjọba pé kí wọ́n forí ju òun o ohun tó ń ṣe náà kì í ṣe ti àfojúdi rárá àti pé ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó wá bá òun yayọ̀ ọjọ́ ìbí ọkọ òun ló jẹ́ pé àdúgbò kan náà làwọn dìjọ́ ń gbé àwọn múlẹ̀ ti ara àwọn ni o àti pé gbogbo wọn kàn nájú wá sí inú ilé òun lásán ni nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ sátidé ni ọjọ́ ìbí ọkọ òun ṣe kì í ṣe pé ó wù òun láti dìídì ṣe ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ ìbí náà rárá ni.
fún àwọn ará ilé náà láǹfààní.
hello.
hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sa orúkọ yín àti tẹ̀ sí ń pè.
fún ètò olúwadó tiwa òní dáhùn. orúkọ mi ni Délé Adédìgbà bàbá àbàràpá láti ìlú Ìdèrè.
ẹ ṣé o.
mo bá gómìnà wa yọ o.
Ọlọ́run ṣeun.
orí ò ní gbàbọ̀dẹ̀ mọ́ lórúkọ Jésù.
àmín o.
àfọlọ́mọ máa dájú lórí wa o.
àmín o.
bákan náà lórí ti pípa wọn ṣàánú ẹ̀kọ́ síjú àánú wo ọmọdé mọ ẹ̀kọ́ jẹ́ kó má ra lọ́wọ́ o ó ti ra lọ́wọ́ náà ṣùgbọ́n.
ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ o.
08055009850 òun náà ni nọ́mbà táwọn èèyàn fi ń pè ẹ lọ ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ sí ń pè.
orúkọ mímú adépọ̀kẹ́ adúlá ní balẹ̀ láti gbọ́sọ̀.
ẹ ṣeun èwo lẹ fẹ́ bá wa dá sí.
lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí gómìnà wa ni abá gómìnà wa dúpẹ́ wa bá
ẹ ṣé o.
oye dé ṣe wọn má dáwọ́ rẹ̀ fún
ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́.
ẹ ṣeun a kú oríire lápapọ̀ ọlọ́run ṣeun 080 ẹlòmíì tún ti wọlé ẹ̀lọ́ ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ sún kúrò nídìí ẹ̀rọ rédíò yìí yẹn.
ẹ jẹ́ ká gé torí pààrọ̀ ọjọ́ mùsùlùkùn ó hàn sí wa létí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń wọlé ẹ máa sún kúrò lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ rédíò yín ẹ̀lọ́ ẹ káàárọ̀. ẹ káàárọ̀ sà orúkọ yín àti ìtẹ̀ tí ń pè.
orúkọ tèmi ni dádìnà kàrú láti olódó.
ẹ ṣe.
dáná rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé bọ́sà adarí gbé oúnjẹ àti ìdílé
àmọ́ káwa náà ká máa gbọ́rọ̀ sáwọn aláṣẹ lẹ́nu ẹ ṣeun gan ni ẹ jẹ́ kí a gba ìpè kan sí. hello ẹ káàárọ̀ o.
ẹ káàárọ̀ o. ore.
hello.
ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ ti wọlé o.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ti ń pè ẹ jọ yí rédíò yín sílẹ̀.
ẹ jìnnà síbi tí rédíò yín wà ká lè gbọ́ yín dáadáa. hello à ń gbọ́ yín.
ẹ sún kúrò nídìí rédíò yín ẹ ti pàdánù ìpè wọn ẹ má bínú tábà tí ń pè sórí ẹ̀rọ ẹ jẹ́ kí a máa yí rédíò wá sílẹ̀ tàbí ká sún kúrò nídìí ẹ̀ tó wọ́n ní mọ̀ọ́dẹ́mọ̀ọ́gẹ̀ ìpè ìpéjúbà ẹ̀ òun náà ní àlàáfíà lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí àbá gbogbo ọmọ bíbí ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ lọ́kùnrin àti lóbìnrin dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ oríire eléyìí tí gómìnà wa ṣe ẹnjìníà ṣèyí mákindé tí ọlọ́run fún lálàáfíà tí kò sí kòkòrò coronavirus mọ́ lára wọn agbáládùra pé ogun tó ti ṣẹ́ kò ní gbérí mọ́ gbogbo àwọn ibi tó sì kù sí náà elédùnmarè yóò dáwọ́lé wọn ọ̀rọ̀ yín pàdé yín tòótọ́ fúnkẹ́ táíwò ọláòyè mọ́ gbàládùra yìí pé ilẹ̀ yóò ní dàrú àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn yìí ọlọ́run yóò bá wa ṣẹ́ mọ́.
mọ̀ọ́dẹ́mọ̀ọ́gẹ́ ìpín ìpéjú làlàáfíà àníri jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò yìí ètò wa elétí ọ̀fẹ́ fún ti àárọ̀ yìí ẹ̀ tún pàdé àwọn akẹgbẹ́ wa lọ́la láṣẹ ọlọ́run ọba títí di ìgbà míì tá a tún pàdé tinú adé àtọyọ sóyè ló ń dágbére pé eré ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà ní ká tún fi pàdé o ó dàbọ̀.